So I figured out how to bring it into this.
Nice.
I am learning. I'm getting as smart as Angie.
Maybe one day.
No, that'll be never happen. Not with technology, anyway.
Hey, we're all still learning.
That's good news about the pillows, though.
I know. It's great news. There we go. 4 more. And quite honestly, though, I'm pillowed out.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to be gone. So are my family members. We do have 10 of the big pillows we have left because we're not sure what to do with them because they don't fit in any traditional box easily. So, but I can handle 10 pillows.
Yeah, I'm video gamed out, although I only listed one today. I only found one today when I was sourcing, but I'm so sick of them, but they're so easy to list. So I just keep listing them. I'm like, man, I'm getting to be like Lonnie with makeup and jeans. I'm like, people are getting tired of looking at video games. But hey, they sell, so I gotta keep plugging them until I'm done.
Right.
I am so
You're making good money on those video games, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making good money right now. This is killing. I mean, 150 profit on a lot of this stuff is just great. Hey, Laurie, welcome.
Hey, Laurie.
I'm, my goal's 150, and it's just a number I said. There's no rhyme or reason with it, but if you do 150 a day profit 7 days a week, that's a pretty good profit.
So, yeah, it is. That's not a bad living.
No, and my pension will drop some in April because I took a bump rule when I took my pension.
Right.
Hey, Eric, welcome to the channel. So it's going to cut in half, and I was going to supplement it with my Social Security. But now right. because of eBay, I'm not taking it right now. I'm going to hold off and just use some of that to live on.
That's what I would do.
The next scary step is my taxes, but I hope I'm ready for those because I've done a lot this year.
Well, this is your first year that it's like full on, right?
Yeah, last year I did like 24,000. I was trying to stay under the 20, and then the PayPal stuff came in, so it hit 24, and so I had to report taxes because I got a 1099. But this year I said, you know what? Heck with it. Let's just go for it and see what I can do. And this is what I've done, and it's probably around 80 grand, and I'm just like, man. But I've got a lot of write-offs, so we'll see. If I get killed on taxes, I may have to back off a little bit. Hey, Lissa, on the porch and ready to go. Jennifer's in here. Thank you. And you're on the wheel. Johnny's in the house.
Going to be a winner.
Yep, and I've got the wheel. I think there's not a ton of people on it, but everybody here so far is. I don't think there's anybody here that's not. Yeah, boy, all the people that want the Anime golf head cover are here, Angie.
Of course.
So, take over for a minute. Go ahead. Say hi to everybody.
Well, let's see. Oh, Tanya, look what I got. Tanya sent me something in the mail. Oh, let me not give her address. Good Lord. But she sent it on December 15th, and it just got here this week. And if you look, it says right there, priority mail. Isn't that ridiculous? But I'm super excited. I will be opening that up for everyone to see.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh, okay, good. That's even better.
I know. I'm pretty excited. But she had said she sent something. I was like, what happened? I hate the idea that something, someone sent. I was like, yay. One of my friends from YouTube sent me something. I was so excited. But it finally arrived. So I'm happy about that.
Guess who else is in here or doing a live at the same time?
Who?
Emily.
Oh, every time, I swear.
I know. Yep, good old USPS.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw something on now you got to fix that internet, girl. Don't Missouri have good internet? Yeah, I got something in the mail a couple of days ago that I saw Outcountry Sales Amber pickup and Mike, and I ordered one on eBay, and I didn't realize it was brand new in the box, and it shipped the 14th of December from Florida, and it just got here a couple of days ago.
Yeah, crazy.
Today, I found a wallet in a parking lot while I was sourcing.
Anything in it?
Oh yeah, there was money in it.
Wow.
So, but I'm one of these people that believes in karma.
So do I.
Hi, Karen. So I went into the thrift store, and I hope they do the right thing. I mean, it was like, I don't think there was more than $40 in it, but I saw a card and an ID, and I just said, you know what? I believe that things that you do wrong will come back to you, and things you do right will benefit you. So I turned it in.
Well, good job. That was the right thing to do.
Now, if it had been $1 million, I probably would have had a hard time. Just being honest. But when there's an ID, you don't know whose it is. I've found cash before on a vending machine, like a candy machine, but it was just cash. It was no ID. So I kept that because you don't know who that belongs to. But when I know who it belongs to, I'm going to, yes, I agree, Eric. I believe it truly is. Oh, wow.
Lots of people are coming in.
Yes. Yes. Well, us Navy people were taught ethics, right, Johnny? LOL.
Now, here's one for you, though. I saw, gosh, it's been about a year ago, that somebody bought something at a thrift store, and in the item was $40,000 cash that they had stored. What do you do then?
I'm keeping that money. I bought it at the thrift store. It's mine.
They gave it back. And evidently a person had passed away and their family members had no idea. I'm like, oh, I believe in karma, but I don't know. That's a lot of money just to give to somebody that you know was missing.
I just watched, I'd never seen him before, but I think it's Red Sarge. He's got a YouTube channel, and they bought a house, and it was full of vintage 70s and 80s, brand new Star Wars, all kinds of toys. And I don't know how much he spent because he never said, but they did like 12 videos because it was a hoarding house of just vintage G.I. Joes and Barbies in the box and Star Wars starfighters and all this kind of stuff. And when they got in the basement, there was a dresser, and they broke it out. It had been water in it, and it was full of coins. I mean, thousands of dollars in coins.
Wow.
And I haven't watched all of them, but I'm like, oh man, I would love to have that house.
Wow, that's something else.
So, well, thanks everybody for being here. I think most of you are entered. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, thanks for his service. I was a little after Korea, so the 70s and 80s.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But he chose the right branch.
The Navy?
Yes.
I know you're a Navy man.
Oh, yeah, Jennifer, those house videos. Yeah, and I didn't watch them all yet, Jennifer. I just watched a few, but I need to go back and watch them. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I don't know how you do it, Johnny. You're always live or with somebody and doing things. I mean, and listing. I listed 28 today. Man, this kid's wore out. And I sourced. Who you acknowledging?
Amy was in here. She said she's going for a drive. And I said, all right.
Tell the boyfriend hi.
Probably. $100 inside a PS2. How do you put $100 in a PS2?
I hope even if the system didn't work, you got your money back because they're not worth much. I had a chance to buy a Sega and some games today for $50 at a thrift store, but I didn't buy it because it was mostly sports stuff. So I know the Sega is probably worth that, but I've got 2 of them. I'm like, I don't need another one. So 28. Yeah, 15 of them, to be honest, were relists. So I just changed them from auction to buy it now. That's what I do when they don't sell on an auction. So Eric, give me a tip to make sure they all say Famicom. They're vintage Japanese video games.
How did you do? Did you sell any of them?
Not one of them sold, but Eric said I need to put the word Famicom in all the titles. That'll probably pull up. And when I worked at Goodwill, the trucks dropped a couch and paper meat wrappers fell out of the bottom. 8,000 in silver. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I don't get that lucky. There is a guy down at the bins here that said over about 10 years, he's found about 20 grand in cash and jewelry in coats and pants and things. So,
wow. I'm not that lucky.
I agree, Johnny. I agree. It takes focus and discipline. And here in the last couple of weeks, I've been focused, but man, I'm wore out. I'll tell you that. So, well, why don't you tell them what we're going to be doing here? eBay 101. I don't think there's any new sellers in here.
I don't think so.
I think most of them are experienced.
Well, I thought you would want to talk about your giveaway and stuff first.
I do, but I don't want everybody to leave as soon as I give it away.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true.
We want to keep you. By the way, I'm under 100 hours. I'm under 100 hours to 4,000.
Really?
Yeah, I checked my analytics a while ago, and it's at 3.9K. So I'm like,
now
if I could just get the subs.
Get you some more subs, and you'll be doing good.
Yeah, Johnny's going to give me some. He's going to reach out to Harry Tornado. I'm kidding.
There you go. That seems to work for people.
Well, he got a shout out, I guess, on his community channel.
Really?
I heard him say earlier. Yeah. So
nice.
Johnny's still trying to get to 1,000. So good for him.
Hi, Heidi.
Well, there you go, Heidi. That's what we're here for. She did ask me a question about a ball cap the other day. And somebody asked me about one today, how to clean them. Larry on Victoria's channel in the morning.
Yeah.
And I just said what I do. It depends on the stain, because today I found this cap and I thought it would be more valuable. If you remember this show, I used to love this show. And it's not worth much, so I probably won't sell it, but it's a pretty cool hat. But what I do is if there's a stain, and I don't wash them in a washing machine typically, I will scratch with a toothbrush, vinegar, and baking soda, and it'll bubble up. And then I use it, and then maybe some liquid Dawn or Shout or something, and work on it. Depends on what the stain is. And if there's foam in here, then I will clean it out, because if they're deteriorating, they're like powder everywhere. So you want to make sure you clean them out on the vintage stuff. But it's not hard to clean a cap or shoes. Julian's in the house. I'm gonna try to catch up on the chat here. I like to stay up on my chat. Some channels they get to chatting and they forget the people are in there. Well, I like to keep up with it. Good. Keep listening. I've done 28. How much you done, Angie?
None today.
That's all right. You work a full-time job, yeah.
You want to talk about invoicing and some payroll issues? I got you all day long.
I don't want to do any of that stuff, because I don't care. I don't want to crunch numbers.
Trust me, today I don't want to either, but I would have much rather been listing. Faith, I agree. Look, no matter how long you've been selling, you can always learn more. Bobby and I talk about that all the time. We are constantly learning new stuff just from, other resellers going in chats. I mean, every single day. It's, I think you never stop learning.
Well, that's a good thing, because Goodwill usually does check their clothes, but it doesn't mean you don't find stuff. So, yeah, if anybody's got any questions, I mean, I think what we were trying to do with this was take new people that have never sold on any platform. And I only know about eBay. I don't know what other platforms Angie does. Hi, Warrior Mama. And what's her first name? I forgot. Mindy. I should remember that. I just call her. Is your husband? His name ain't Mork.
Lord, whose name is Mork?
Nanu. So what we were doing was basically saying that anybody that needed help from setting up an eBay account, what supplies to buy, all the basics when you start eBay, watching out for scams, because on any platform, when I went on Poshmark temporarily, when you're new on any platform, you're going to get a lot of people trying to scam you. Hey, send this to my Gmail and I'll pay you, or they offer you more than what you are asking. And so those are things that we were going to talk about, and we'd be more than happy to help you with. Angie has expertise in a lot of this, and probably in some other areas I don't, and I have other areas that I may be able to help you with. So together as a team, we were wanting to help everybody, and a lot of you are experts as well. So obviously, if we're in a chat and we're helping somebody, we definitely want your input. That's the community we're in. And oh yeah, money books, definitely good point there. And I do look, I shake even video games. I saw a guy the other day, I think it's some kind of Retro Rick, and he found $5 in a video game in a thrift store. So
really?
Now I'm checking my video game manuals. Shazbot. Yeah, she knew what it was. $100 and a 50-cent book.
And Redbeard, Matt, did he go to the bookstore here in Pensacola? I'm just curious.
Ed, okay.
Your husband's name is Ed, huh? Okay.
Well, that's another TV show, but it's older.
Found $100 in a 50-cent book?
Yeah, but read the rest of it. MML. By the way, MML's got a new video out. Y'all need to check it out.
I didn't get a notification for that. I'm gonna have to look.
And he's got, and so does Backroad Bitter Chuck, and I haven't got to check it out. There's a bunch of people. Hello, Bill. Welcome in. No, we haven't drawn yet. We've kind of been holding off to get everybody in, but everybody that I've seen in here so far is entered. I don't think there's anybody that's in here that I don't have, except for maybe a couple that I don't see that are not on the list. You found weed in the VHS case? It must have been a really old VHS to have some.
Must have been an old strain of weed, man.
Some grass clippings. Oh, he's talking about marijuana. Oh,
he's talking about the ganja.
Ganja.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I don't know what he's. Well, I'm not going there.
I have not gone either. I know the family for this bookstore. I haven't gone either, but I'm probably going to next week. So because I imagine there's a lot of money to be made there. We're talking about a bookstore that's closing at the end of this month here in Pensacola, Florida, that they're getting rid of their entire inventory, and they've been in business 70 years, I think. Your feelings were hurt yesterday?
Where were they hurt at? Not on here, I hope.
I hate that, Lissa. Oh, Mindy has a giveaway?
When are you doing it, Mindy? Let us know.
And guys, Bobby and I both feel the same. If y'all want to put your links in the chat, you're welcome to do that. You know, and if you have something going on, please let us know. Let's see. That? Jennifer said her goal is 5 per day.
Yeah, but she also has a full-time job too.
Yeah, doing 12.
Hey, Sandy.
You know what? It's hard when you have a full-time job to get them in and consistently do it every single day. So doing 12 today is amazing. I
got to be careful because when I say the word Sandy, I get Siri answering me. Oh. No, Siri, I don't want to talk to you. Sandy and Siri, oh boy. Might have to change your name. Lisa, I hope it wasn't anything in our show that hurt your feelings.
Go up like 4 messages.
Okay.
Redbeard treasures. Have y'all seen these little, they look like little houses. They're on poles, kind of, it's like a birdhouse almost, but they put books inside. And basically we have a ton of them here in Pensacola. And all it was an idea of sharing knowledge and giving people an opportunity to pick up a book and exchange a book. It's really great in like poorer areas, but ours all seem to be in like the super wealthy areas. So I'm like, why are they there?
So they put these birdhouses up and they put books in them for you to take and put back?
Birdhouses. They're like square boxes with doors on the front that seal, and inside they have books. And the idea is you just take a book and and exchange it. When you're done, some people come in and fill them. My pet peeve is that a lot of people go in and are scanning those books. I'm like, come on. It's like defeating the purpose of what it is, I think.
Mindy, what do we have to do in your channel to win it? Do we have to put in a word or a phrase or anything like that? I heard my phone. Hey, Mike. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Michael? Hey, I didn't say hi to Ready Steady Sells. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Dad. So I had someone try to scam me. Want to hear about that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to get off here for a second. I'm
Sure.
going to let you have it. My daughter just walked in. Oops, wrong one.
Other way. You'll get it eventually. I guess it's just me now. Okay, so let me tell you about how I got scammed, or was almost scammed. So I sold a vintage Vanity Fair velour house coat, I guess it is, robe house coat. And it was in perfect condition. It was a green, like that emerald green color. And I shipped it out immediately. The person got it and said, there is a cut in the front of it. And it was like this long, a big cut right on the front. Hey, he's back. And I was like, oh my gosh, is the packaging, because I sent it in a poly bag, it was double bagged. And I thought, okay, maybe someone cut the packaging. And she's like, no, the packaging was fine. Besides, I threw it away. So I just want you to give me my money back. And I looked closer at the picture because I'm like, okay, my spidey senses were tingling. And I look, and there was tons of pilling because they had a picture, like it was the front section. So you could see the tag a little bit. It was in the corner, but it had all this pilling in it. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't sell something like that. And here, all this time, she's basically telling me I'm a terrible seller. I'm scamming everyone, this, that. And I look and I see her tag. And at the top of the tag, it's stitched all the way across the top. And I'm like, wait a second. So I go back to my pictures, and my tag only has one little loop stitch on this side and one little loose loop stitch on that side. And I'm like, oh, you nasty something. And I was like, you're showing me a different item. And she was like, you're a liar, you're this, you're that. And I, quite honestly, guys, I try to be super nice, but I was livid at this point. And I basically said, here's the proof of your 2 pictures. And if you contact me again, you're getting reported for fraud. I'm like, but people are so in the mindset with eBay that they'll just show you any picture and they expect you to give them their money back immediately. So just be wary with people because, and of course then I said, don't try to scam me. And she said, I've never scammed anyone in my whole life. I'm thinking,
MML got scammed. He got scammed, MML got scammed, but he had to go to the police department and file a report and then appeal on eBay, and he finally won and got his money back.
But I'm like, $28. So she just expected me to give her money back because she had obviously an old robe and she was replacing it with mine and cut her old robe and took a picture of it. I'm like, people just amaze me. They will do anything to scam. And it was probably a little old lady. That's the thing that blows my mind, because how many other people wear Vanity Fair velour robes? Not many, No. Oh, well, that was my scam today.
Mindy says that hers has a keyword in it.
Oh, in the video?
It's a mystery word, yeah.
Nice. Well, I will watch that for sure, Mindy.
And what was I going to say? You love our laughter? Hey, we got to have fun, right? I'm one of these people that don't care what people think, so I just say and do what I think. That's kind of like Man Mount Link. That's why I like watching his videos, because he just says what's on his mind. Join the few. Oh, good deal.
Michael, I swear, Michael is like the king of going lives.
Oh, I know. And then he don't go live. He goes live for 6 hours. I'm like,
6 hours, 8 hours. I'm like, don't you get tired?
Good advice, Julian. Good advice. Premier rings. I'm not familiar with those. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here real quick.
Yep.
So what I'll need from you when I do the drawing, folks, is I'll need you to contact me on Instagram at TheCapGuy_Oklahoma and send me a message with your address, and I will get this out to you tomorrow in the mail because I ship fast. And my brand new Reed and Barton sterling ornament.
The hanging loop is mangled.
And what is a disposable account? Do you have one of them? Hey, K&D Flips, welcome. The 9-hour live wore you out. Oh, I bet. Me and Angie go sometimes 3 hours. I'm like, I'm worn out after 3 hours. Frugal Peanut Reseller. Trim that man's beard, would you?
I'm Marcy.
He made a video, and that was the first thing he said was something about his beard. And I was like, I ain't got to finish watching it yet.
Listen, when I started eBay over 20 years ago, people didn't scam. I mean, not at all. People would send cash and they'd send their personal checks. And you know, if you wanted to send something first class mail without tracking, it got there no problem. And I would say in the last 10 years, the scamming became, you know, commonplace. But in the last 3 years, it's out of control. I don't know if it's the Amazon mentality, but in the last 3 years, I've never seen anything like it. In 23 years on eBay, and I've never seen anything like it.
You were 2 when you started selling on eBay?
I know.
Hey, is Mindy watching like Annie or something? Tomorrow, it's always a day away. By the way, I went sourcing today. You mentioned the beard in the beginning of your video. I haven't even got to finish your video yet. You were thrifting and looking at a DeWalt jacket the last I saw, and I saw you pass all those sports jerseys. I'm like, what is he doing? Get rid of the NASCAR stuff and go back to the sports jerseys. Oops. Hope I didn't mess up. I put somebody in timeout. I heard somebody did that the other night in our live.
Yep.
But yeah, I took my mom to the doctor, and then I went, yeah, that's true. Angie wants to do it again, but I keep telling her no.
Not being boozled for me, not for a while. Oh, you and Leroy are going to be live? I will definitely come in and check that out. Tools.
I'm not familiar with Blood, Sweat, and Sell. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you come across people all the time, and you go, I don't never heard of them today. We're all still telling each other hello. Hello, yeah. Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
She is so everywhere.
Love her.
She is so great. Candy.
Every morning at 9 a.m.
Who does?
Johnny has Cajun Roots Reseller. He does live every single morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's 8 my time. Yeah, it's 8 my time. Because Victoria comes on about 7:30, and then Johnny goes on at 8. So I try to catch them both. And
okay, but Victoria is on at 6:30 our time.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm trying not to get up at 6:30 to start watching them. And I catch them towards the end of the show.
Fake money orders and you are right. Back in the day, the fake money orders were the big thing, and because I always want to post on money orders so that you didn't have to worry about it.
Hi, Moon Goddess Treasures. She is new.
That was the first kind of scams, though. That was the money orders.
Oh yeah, and everything was back then was auctions, and I would get so mad because at the end of the auction I would lose, and I'd really want the item. Moon Goddess Treasures. She's a new subscriber to my channel. I appreciate it. I think she found me, if I'm not mistaken, in Nana Tink and Victoria's the other night, and Larry's when they did their weekend one. So,
do you remember when Amazon used to just be a book reseller, and eBay had their own book reseller? Do you remember what they called the eBay bookstore thing? Does anyone know?
I don't.
I do. I sold a ton on there.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Danny. Gosh, I feel like I haven't seen you forever. Nope, nobody knows. It was half.com. Yep.
Half.com. I remember the name, but I didn't know it was affiliated with Amazon.
Yep.
Hey,
No,
I learned
it was
something.
eBay. It was their bookstore to compete with Amazon.
You know how transparent I am. I learned something today I didn't know, and Man Mountain Link made sure I knew it.
What was that?
In my video, if you've seen it today, I sold a knife for $110, and it has a picture of a mountain lion and a cougar on it. And I said, I don't know if it's a mountain lion or a cougar. They look the same to me. And Man Mountain Link says, don't you know those are the same things? I was like, no. I didn't grow up around mountain lions. I grew up in Austin, Texas. There's no mountain lions in Austin.
Wait, a mountain lion and a cougar is the same thing?
Yes, I didn't know that. I Googled it to make sure that he wasn't incorrect, but
really?
Well, see, Angie, yeah, we learned something today from Man Mountain Link. Thank you, Jennifer.
I think you are about cut off.
Most of you are entered in the giveaway that I'm going to do here shortly. If you are not, you need to put in the link of this. Make sure you're subscribed. And please subscribe to Angie Resells as well, if you don't mind. And check her out. She's got some very good content, and she's a lot better videographer than I am. And she's a lot nicer than I am. And subscribe to everybody else in the channel as well. But what I'm going to say is not everybody that's in this chat is entered. So if you want to be entered in the In-A-Man golf head cover giveaway, where'd he go? JT stole it.
He has them.
And I'm going to give this away here in a little bit, and I will ship it to you. But I need you to put it in there. If you haven't already put the word In-A-Man, make sure you've subscribed and put it in there. Most of you are in it, but I noticed there's a few names in here that are not. So if you're interested in trying to win it, I've got the wheel set up. I'll just add some names to it, and we'll do it.
Sounds like a plan.
We're not going to play bingo, Johnny. Too much smoke in a bingo hall.
One day I'll get up to 600. I'm getting there slowly. I lost a sub today. Wah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That could be an algorithm too, though, Angie.
Everyone knows how that goes.
I picked up one in a thrift store today, and it was an older lady that heard me talking about it and asked me about it. And I said, well, I make YouTube videos. You do? So
that's great.
I'm to the point now where I don't say subscribe to my channel. I'm the Cap Guy, because I don't think they'll remember.
Right.
So I say, break out your phone. let's do it right now. And so I don't think she was real tech savvy. So I think I'll probably end up keeping her. I'm begging now. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm like, now I'm begging people. I'm less than 100 hours from 4,000.
That's amazing.
All right. Let me add Mr. Most of the people in here. Yes, I'm giving it away tonight, Chuck, here in a few minutes. I'm just trying to give people a chance. Moon Goddess, if you would like to be entered, or anyone else that is not, that's in the room, please say the word In-A-Man in the chat.
Moon
and I will
Goddess.
add it to the wheel.
I didn't see that person. What a great name.
I know. Yeah. Like I said, I picked up a few from, I think it was from her show the other night, Victoria and Nana, this weekend when they did that marathon. And I appreciate them a lot too, because they're all so generous.
If Nana got to her 1,000 hours, she was so close.
I don't know the answer to that. Does anyone know? I know on Sunday, Victoria gave up her 3-hour allotment to Nana, so Nana could do it, but Nana was closing out on the hours on StreamYard.
Yeah, because you can only do like 20 hours before you have to pay.
Right. Redbeard, you were already entered. I saw you. You said Enterman in another one. Frugal Peanut. Let me make sure you're in there. Just giving everybody a chance.
Free enemas, Chuck says.
I'm not giving those.
So is everyone ready for tax season? I'm doing tons of tax work in my accounting job, but it's time for everyone to start getting all their paperwork together. So,
well, did you have a good year on? I mean, you're going to get a 1099.
Me? Oh,
yeah.
I've got a 1099 since they started giving them.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So one of the things we do, similar to other channels like Johnny's and Angie's, is everybody, if you're not subscribed to everybody in the room, please do so. There's a lot of good content, a lot of good resellers and YouTubers in here that have a ton of knowledge and would be more than happy to help you, except for Man Mountain Link. I'm kidding, Man Mountain Link. And
he said, Man Mountain Link said, can I have 2 chances? I'm unlucky.
Well, Man Mountain Link, now you're going to make me feel bad. You know what, Man Mountain Link, if you don't win, I will send you something I sourced today. How about that? Do you remember that show? If you like that show, let me know. I looked it up. It wasn't worth a ton of money. I was actually shocked because I thought it might have some value, but it didn't. But hey, Julian, if you're still in the house, I picked up 6 sports jerseys today. 4 were Oklahoma Sooners. Yeah, 4 were Oklahoma Sooners, so no big deal. But one was a Jerry Rice Oakland Raider, which we all know that I got you, Danny. He won a mug of mine. He was the first person to win something on my show.
Chuck.
Anyway, and I saw it in his case today when he was doing his video. But anyway, one was a Jerry Rice Oakland Raider jersey, which he spent most of his career with the 49ers. But the other one was a Kevin Durant All-Star Game, Dallas, Texas, 2010 West jersey when he was with the Thunder. And today I heard that the Houston Rockets traded Russell Westbrook to the Nets to rejoin Kevin Durant. So there we go.
Did you see Big Ohio Guy? I think that's what his name is.
Who?
Ohio Big Guy. Did you see him?
Not yet. Is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. I see him now. I'm behind on the chat.
Well, Eric, you don't have to pay taxes. Good luck with that.
Last year I tried to stay under the 20 because of my pension and everything else from UPS, but this year I just said, screw it, I'm going for it and see what I can do. And I think I'm going to hit around 80. So,
and the tax tips video I'm going to do later this week. I've just been swamped at my accounting job. So I just haven't had a whole lot of time to do YouTube at all this week, but it will be later this week.
Do you do an LLC or a self-proprietorship?
I'm just sole proprietorship. You can do an LLC, but you don't have a whole lot of liability when it's just you and your own house. So,
Chuck, I'd bring up politics, but you probably wouldn't like my politics. So I won't do that. I want to save my subscribers. And I won't bring up religion either. But I will bring up sports. So, yeah, Jerry Rice. Yeah, it's a Raiders. It's not, I mean, it ain't a 49ers. But the Durant was the one I really liked. And it's a large. I think I already have you in there, Heartworthy Mama. But I'm going to make sure.
Andy says, give Man Mountain Link her chance.
Who said that?
Sandy.
Okay, Sandy, I will put you in there. And if you win, you can do what you want with it. And I'll ship it wherever you want. Will I get in trouble for being a third-party logistics?
He says the Dirty Jobs cap is a better prize.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, he don't play golf. You're already in, Lori. You already said the word. No what? No, the Rice isn't a better, the Durant's not a better jersey? Or you don't want Westbrook in the Nets? There you go, buddy.
You want a jersey, man?
You want the jersey? Yeah, he got his team showed up last week against them Steelers and just put the hurt on them.
But did you see my Browns this week?
I mean, the Browns. That's what I'm talking about. They beat the Steelers, and he was wearing a Cleveland Browns hat today in his video.
Me and Danny are Browns fans,
and I'm not a fan of Baker Mayfield because he played here at OU, but he's from Lake Travis outside Austin, and I think he's kind of cocky, so I don't like him too much. But I am kind of rooting for the Browns because they haven't been there in so long. They're kind of like the Cubs.
They've never won a Super Bowl. Never.
And neither has Minnesota, neither has some other teams.
Yeah,
and
but
my Cowboys have a long time.
So it's a lot of years of disappointment.
Oh, sure. Thorazine.
high value resellers.
Boy, I must be way behind.
You're way behind.
But yeah, Karen is a accountant by degree, even though she is a broker for real estate. She owns her own brokerage, but she helps me with those taxes because I need that help. Hello, peoples. All right, I guess we can get ready and do this drawing, and I will try to keep you and me both in the picture, but I did play with it before I went live, and I got crazy with the sorry about your Buckeyes there, buddy. But go Browns. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't like Mayfield. Yeah. But look at there.
Hey, we have someone from Aussie here.
Hey, Moon Goddess Man Matt Link will definitely be a new experience for you. What did you say? Who's from Aussie?
2 more down.
Hey, Jazz. Do you know Jazz?
Nope. But she's from Australia.
What part of Australia? I've been to Perth and Fremantle. Have you been to Australia, Angie?
Nope, sadly.
They loved Americans. At least when I was there, they loved us. And I loved them. They were great people.
Of course, Jazz knows Jennifer, probably, because everyone loves Jennifer.
Everybody knows Jennifer. Yeah, the only problem with Australians was they drove on the wrong side of the road.
I think I would probably kill myself driving if I tried to go to Europe or Australia.
We were headed to a disco in a cab, a buddy of mine, and we took leave and then stayed in a condo pretending we were civilians while we were there. And in the cab, we could hear them all talking, and the cab's like, "Watch out for these crazy Americans. They've rented cars and they're driving on the wrong side of the road."
That's great.
So surprised none of them got killed while we were there. Adelaide, okay. Down south. All right, I guess I will jump over and see if I can do this without messing this thing up. I need Johnny in here when I'm messing around with this, or you.
Nah, you got it.
So let me jump over here. And I'm going to grab this wheel. I'm going to put you back on by yourself while I go play with the wheel because I've got to add some names to it.
Okay.
And let's do that. Back.
I'm gone. Okay, I'm back now. Whew. So I'd love to hear what people are selling this week. What's selling well for you on eBay? I have been selling pillows for a week, and I've sold now 96 lots of pillows that I got for free, and 4 more I'll be sold out, and I'll have made $1,000. Do you have channel content? Yeah, Jazz, do you do a channel? I'm not familiar. If so, I will subscribe to you for sure. He's rigging the wheel, right? Probably, Oh, Faith is selling. I can't highlight because it's not my chat, but Faith says she's selling Hot Wheels, and I saw you sold a bunch of Hot Wheels to one person, and I didn't know, and maybe y'all know about this, with Hot Wheels in the back behind the car, she was showing this little round logo thing. I didn't know that was a thing to look for or anything, so she has some really good information about that. If anybody is interested in learning about Hot Wheels, Mini Mimi Thrifter, you should check out her channel. Swimwear is selling now, says Frugal Peanut Reseller. Marcy, I sell swimwear all year long, so I keep it listed. Even in like October, November, December, January, I'll probably sell 4 or 5 swimsuits, but yeah, obviously it'll ramp up now. Let's see. Wall Home Pro clippers flying off the top shelf. Well, you have a ton of those. And that is East Kentucky Picker. He got like an amazing deal. I see so many channels where he bought all of these wall clippers, I think for $3 something a piece. And it's a great, great deal. Let's see. What kind of pillows? They were flamingo and fish, like cute nautical fish pillows. And yeah, I got them at Crazy Cowboys in their dumpster, like or right outside their dumpster. $1,000 score. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get the wheel in here.
Tanya said she sold 4 of the Star Wars figures. I hope you made some money on that. I know some of them were like the original ones. So Redbeard's Treasures sold a bottle of cologne. Goosebump Books. I've seen other people selling the Goosebump Books. Let's see. Oh, you sold another 10 of the Hot Wheels Mini Mimi. Let's see who else we have. Chuck said, let me guess, Angie, we should all be selling pillows. No, you definitely should not all be selling pillows because they take up your entire living room, literally mountains of pillows. That's why I sold them cheap. I sold them all for $5 a pillow, so 2 pillows for $10. I sold them all Facebook Marketplace. Let Facebook Marketplace pay for the shipping, so I didn't have to worry about that. I printed out labels, and they I'm still at the no fees for Facebook Marketplace until January 26th. So I sold all of those without a single fee.
Redbeard sold Goosebumps books. Those are as good as Babysitter Club books.
Really?
Yeah, those are good books to find. Goosebumps, Babysitters Clubs, all that stuff. Y'all ready?
I think we're ready.
Oh,
ooh, that's a lot of names.
Looked like you were lost there for a minute.
I was trying to.
All right, can y'all see? Can y'all see the wheel?
Yes.
Give me a countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Oh, come on, wheel. Why ain't the wheel spinning?
In the middle of the wheel.
I'm clicking everything. All right, here we go. All right, why is it not doing it? Hang on. Loose nut at the wheel. No pun intended. What am I doing that I'm not?
You're probably not on the wheel. You're on the picture of the wheel in your StreamYard.
You're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
So, well.
Oh, you're moving now.
Am I?
Your mouth moving.
Oh.
Went away.
Can you see the wheel?
Yep. Go ahead. Hit it. Hit the spin. It's spinning.
Good luck.
You're good to go. Come on. Raymond Mayberry.
I don't think he's in the chat.
I don't think so. I never heard of him, actually.
Yeah, he made a comment in my video, though. So I will give him 24 hours to notify me on Instagram at TheCapGuy_Oklahoma. And if he doesn't, then on my next video, probably the day after, I will draw again. Fair enough?
Sounds like a plan.
Because I do not know how to get a hold of him, and I don't think he has a channel. I don't know where he saw me or how he did it, but
well, congratulations.
Yep. Bobby broke it. Thanks, MML. Tap on the wheel to spin. Yeah, I think it was on the, like she said, I was on the picture. So,
oh, Karen, palm leaf pillows. Yes, I haven't sold any of those. I have 10 of those. I kind of did one at a time, and I'm 4 away from selling out of the fish ones. Lisa, if you're behind on the chat, I would refresh your page and come back in, because sometimes that happens. You just get your system gets behind. So if you refresh, you should be closer to up to date.
Hi, Gwendolyn. Yeah, again, don't get discouraged. If Raymond doesn't contact me in 24 hours from now, I'll just say 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Then on Friday morning, I will do it again on my channel.
That's the plan. Well, that's
you're not out of it till somebody claims it.
So now on to 700.
Okay, you're making jokes now.
No.
I'm a long way from 700.
It's gonna come.
Yeah, I know. Someday it will.
Yeah.
I'll get the hours long before. How many hours do you have, Angie?
I'm like only halfway there. I'm only at like 2,000 hours. So I have a long way in hours. It's a long way in subs.
But you really just started doing lives not too long ago.
Yes. Yeah. I only started back on YouTube in October. So
bye, Danny.
Oh, Thrifty Nana Horton said when she gets to 100 subscribers, she's planning a drawing.
And would that be money, cash money? Because MMF will be there if it is. I'm giving away $100 gift card when I get to 1,000, but I'm a little ways from that. So,
hey, I gave away like my 12 days of Christmas a bunch of like gift cards. That was pretty fun. Danny, have a good night. What is this?
Yeah, when I was around 300, Angie, it was kind of the joke. 200, 300. I would get to like 305, and the next morning I'd wake up and I'd be 299.
I know.
And I would get so frustrated, and somebody said, "It's algorithm, dude. It's algorithm." And now, though, since I've hit 600, I'm at like 604 last I checked, and I haven't gone backwards. But I'm like, please don't let me go backwards.
Yeah, you're still at 604.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Lissa says, have subscribers run your videos. I'm not going to ask them to do that at this point because realistically, I'm not even at 600 subscribers yet. So it's going to be a while. And I'm kind of just okay with it. Right now it's growing as it needs to. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Mike said he wants to kind of hit it at the same time. He wants to hit the hours and the subscribers at the same time. It doesn't matter to me. I'm good with the hours because it's taken forever to get those too. But
yeah, well, you've been plugging away for a while, so
I make a video every day,
every single day, guys.
I think I haven't. I've missed maybe 2 days in the 10 months I've been doing YouTube that I haven't made a video.
To do that, but unfortunately, I have a day job that right now, at least, I can't. But one day I want to be there.
Bye, Sandy.
What's your show, Sandy?
No, their TV show, I guess.
Right. I'm wondering what show it is. I'm always curious what you're watching.
Yeah, what show is it, Sandy? Blacklist?
Jazz, yeah. Seriously, every single day it just seems crazy to me. But you know what? I also spend way too much time editing. I need to just relax.
I don't. That's why you see mine with errors and things, because I do. But Jazz, to be honest, I don't do the editing that some of the video channels do, where they spend 8 hours. I just record what I sold, then I record a thing with JT from the hip, and then I kind of put it together, throw in some little emoji kind of stuff, and within an hour, I've got a video. And so
that's nice.
I'm making my money from eBay, not from YouTube. So right now, I'm not like some of the big channels where they can spend hours doing it. I'm making my money from eBay. So I'm spending my time on eBay.
Jennifer, all you would have to do is put an announcement that you were going live, and you would have 1,000 people in your live. You could do 2 hours and you'd be done. So
a challenge on MTV. Do you know what that is?
Oh, I love that show. I haven't watched it forever, but don't be embarrassed by that. That's a great show.
I used to watch Road Rules, and what's that other one with those
Real
people
World.
in Jersey Shore?
Real World.
Real World, Jersey Shore.
You watch Jersey Shore? I try to watch something like It was, I can't remember. It was something in Panama City Beach. It was on MTV like 2 years ago, where it was just, they were all living on the beach, all these young people. It was a train wreck. I can't remember what it was.
There you go. Sterling Silver.
Chuck, I like editing, but it takes a lot of time. But I find it like very like cathartic, just getting it all, like editing everything, but it does take up a lot of time.
You glitched pretty bad there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you were saying something to Chuck and it cut it out. Mood Goddess Treasures, y'all. If she's trying to get to 300, please help her out. Subscribe.
Give her a rate. Oh, you can't do that.
No, you know what it is, Eric and everybody else. It's just me. I enjoy making them. I enjoy the JT part of it with the puppet and us kind of picking on each other, as corny as it is. But MML, I swear. And so hello, Candace. And so anyway, I enjoy doing it, and I love showing what I sold and where I got it. So maybe people can pick up some tips. That's why I do it.
Jennifer, you beat me to it. Thank you.
Yeah, and I have three daughters that are in their late 20s, early 30s. They loved Jersey Shore. They got to meet a couple of the guys later on, and the guys were kind of standoffish. So it's like, okay, whatever.
Well, evidently, Mindy, have a great night. We'll see you soon. Did y'all watch Survivor?
I have.
Evidently, Boston Rob lives in my town. They moved here to Pensacola, Florida afterwards. And I didn't realize until months after she first met him, but my sister plays poker with him all the time. Well,
he's probably going to go take all your stuff from Crazy Casboys now. Now, the shows that I'm addicted to, and I am embarrassed to admit that I've never missed a season of American Idol, although when it gets to the final 12 or 10, I hate it because then it becomes a fan favorite versus who's the most talented. But my favorite show on TV besides Amazing Race is Big Brother. I have never missed a season of Big Brother or Amazing Race. I love Big Brother.
I love Big Brother. I've watched every single season.
Oh, I
knew there was a reason I liked you, Bobby.
Yeah,
my mom and I had subscribed. I mean, the first year that this tells you how my age. The first year it was on, I lived in Hawaii and had a newborn baby. So the first one was 23 years ago. And you could do the live, watching the lives online free back then. And so because I was like so many hours later than West Coast, being in Hawaii, I could see all the craziness that was happening. You could just watch it all. It was like so awesome back then.
No problem, Moon Goddess. Everybody in the chat, I mean, most of you that follow me or Angie kind of know most of the people that are in here. So please check out everybody that's in the channel. East Kentucky Pickers, relatively new. Redbeard's Treasures is kind of new to me. Of course, Moon Goddess is, Gold Rush is another good one I like. Everybody that's in the chat, if they have a YouTube channel, please subscribe to it. Show them some love. We're smaller channels. We're trying to stick together and help each other out. And there's a lot of people that do it. Johnny from Cajun Roots Reselling does a real good job. Jennifer is always sharing our links, and we appreciate that. Subscribe to Angie Resells and myself if you haven't. But show everybody love. And yeah, Mike talked about that Gold Rush. And that's a good one too. The Big Brother, yeah, that's my favorite show. I can't wait till it comes on.
Me too. I'm so addicted.
And I actually went to tryouts for Big Brother a couple of years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, but
I can totally see that.
I didn't actually get in front of them. So there was a ton of people there. But I would love to be on the show. Physically, the challenges, some of them would get me standing on stuff against a wall. But as far as being sneaky, I'd be one of the best, and I would keep them laughing. I'd probably take JT.
Trammell said he watches every video and keep it up. Nice, Eddie.
Yeah, thank you. JT loves Eddie too.
Grandson loves JT. Aww. He might be a robot.
What did I say?
Nice Let's robot. See. Oh my gosh.
I like it when I get sales while I'm live. Maybe I need to do more live so I get more sales. So yeah, I think I'm about 9 today so far. But last night I was only 4 when I went on that live at 4 o'clock, and I ended up with 13.
Nice.
It was a good day. I cleared almost 300 in profit yesterday. Cha-ching, you heard it, huh? Yeah. I like it. I like it.
I think my cha-ching is broken.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Country song, folks. Yeah, and I did go check out Jennifer Hayes' channel. And she was, I don't know if Jennifer, if you always do jewelry, but Melissa's one that does a lot of jewelry too. So Melissa, check out Jennifer Hayes. She hadn't made a video in a while, but her videos that she did have were she was showing jewelry that she had picked up. And Jennifer Lissa does a lot of high dollar jewelry, and she doesn't have a channel though, but she's thinking about starting one. And we will all subscribe, won't we, Angie?
Oh, Jennifer, we're already subscribed.
No, Lissa.
Oh, Lissa.
She's talking about starting one. Yeah.
I'm already subscribed to Lissa. Whenever she's ready, I'm ready to watch her. Let's see. Oh, and Journey said I can give up my day job for my pillow business and Crazy Casboys finds one day. One day I want to do that. Oh, hold on one second. My daughter needs.
Man, she just popped right out and left me hanging. So if anybody knows Raymond, you can either tell him or not tell him. Oh, yeah, actually, Journey, you knew a lot of the songs that I was throwing the lyrics out to that night.
Yeah. Little old on some of those songs, though.
Well, I was a teenager in the 70s during the disco era.
Yep. KJ, hey there.
Hey, KJ, how are you?
Gwendolyn, I had a ton of lowball offers, and it drives me crazy when I'm running a sale, and then they want to come off that price. I'm like, even further, I'm like, come on, like you want me to just basically give you the item.
I probably turned down 6 offers in the last 2 days just because they just weren't what I would consider good enough. And my sales are so good. I'm like, nah, I'm not giving it away.
Oh, Matt, I just meant I'm not getting any sales. It still works. It just is silent.
Mine's been glitching. Your housemates wondered where Mr.
Do you see what Lissa said?
Yes, it's probably the people you're running their videos.
Hey, I'm all about supporting everyone else.
That's right. In a pants. You know, I don't remember having platform shoes. Maybe I had 1 pair, but not like in Saturday Night Fever. But the boy could dance. The boy could dance, but I didn't do the John Travolta dance.
No.
I was 18 though when that movie came out, Saturday Night Fever. So but it definitely made you want to go dancing. There was another show along that lines about the time that MacArthur Park and all that came out, and it was at TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. That was a great kind of a disco-y show too.
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, it was around probably 78-ish. And then, Gwendolyn, to answer that, sometimes I do if they're not too far off, but if they're ridiculous, I just decline them automatically. That's how I do it.
I 100% disagree. I counteroffer every single one.
See? Angie disagrees with me.
Yep.
I mean, if I've got it for $50 and you offer me 10, we're not even in the game.
I
So
think some
I'm
people
gonna
just
decline
like
it.
the deal. They want to see how low you'll go. And so if I have something for 50 and they do that, I'll even say like 48 and they'll come back and I don't mind coming back at the exact same price I came at before. So if they say $10, I say 48 and then they say $15 and I'll say 48 again. Just to let them know that that's where I am. I try it's human nature to be like, oh, screw you, basically. But I try to like take it as not personal at all. It's someone trying to get the best deal they can. And so I assume people don't have bad, intentions or anything. So I just calmly counteroffer, even when they're like, oh, that's not new, it's this and that. I don't want even respond to that most of the time. I just give them a counter and they can take it or leave.
Well, after you do one counter, they come back again, and then you have to either accept or decline. So you can't keep countering. So
you can 5 times.
Oh, see, mine only allows once. They can send me an offer. I counter and give them a price. They counter back, and mine has it where it's set up where it can only accept or decline it.
Well, it's there. Mine does it. They can send 5 times. And they may have it shut off. They may have said won't accept a counteroffer. And in that case, of course, then you just decline it.
KJ had four pair of platform shoes, but wearing them didn't help him to dance.
That's
and the Ohio big guy wore them, but he fell down the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's funny, Jennifer.
The cha-ching scared you? That's great. Like, I love when I'm out places, or especially if I'm outsourcing and the cha-ching goes on and I get like the glances. Reseller.
I'm trying to do it there, Candace.
And I'm like, cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's see. You okay, do you still have the 8-track, Chuck?
Moon Goddess, if you haven't seen my office, I did a video the other day where I showed my inventory, and I showed on my wall, I have a George Strait neon light and a picture of George Strait on my wall. That's artist pencil drawn from 1990 that I got at a yard sale in Arizona. He is my favorite country star, and I'm from Texas, so obviously I'm biased.
Nice.
So I am a huge George Strait fan.
Your cha-ching hasn't worked? Have you uninstalled and reinstalled the eBay app, Lissa? Because that happened to me before and I had to completely uninstall it and reinstall it. Mine is 5 times.
5 times what?
And maybe see, okay, mine is 5 times too that you can
okay. Back and forth. I don't know why mine's only a couple, but it's are you listing a lot, Gwendolyn? Bowser, yeah. I'm not going to grease up my hair to show you, but
Gwen, I think it never hurts to counter. So, if you're having a slow week and it's in a price that you find acceptable, or only counter at a price that is in your range or whatever, go with that. What did he say?
I didn't have to read it. I was going to let you read it.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Chuck. I just hope, if Chuck doesn't trim the beard soon, it's going to drop and it's going to fall into the urinal while he's going to the bathroom.
Chuck, there's nothing wrong with your voice.
I'm kidding.
Let's see.
You know what I get is 7-Eleven here. Their register is the same exact sound as a cha-ching. So if I go in and I'm getting cash to go yard selling it for like an ATM, and I keep hearing them go cha-ching, I keep looking at my phone thinking I sold something.
Jordy says I'm flexing on the haters with yes, I am. Let me tell you what. And I'm always like, you know it. You know what that means.
I would take the picture down, but Go back, Moon Goddess, and watch a video I did a few days ago where I showed my inventory. And when I came back into my office, I actually show those two things.
Gwendolyn says she's going to make me a cha-ching song for my channel. I would totally play that all the time.
There is somebody that does have it. I'm just trying to remember who it is. Man Mountain Link just sold a pair of shoes. I hope they weren't your shoes, MML.
Let's see.
Thank you. It's the 3600 listing. See my inventory just a few days ago.
We don't have 7-Elevens here. When I lived in the north, everybody had 7-Elevens. Here, they have Tom Thumbs.
We have On Qs, and
Never
in
heard of
Tulsa they got QTs, and in Arizona they got QTs. But 7-Eleven's still here.
Too. Circle Ks and Tom Thumbs.
See, we don't have many Circle Ks left. And
Yeah,
now there's something new called
one.
Casey's is coming in now. So, yeah, there's somebody else besides Froggy Flips, too, that has a cha-ching in theirs. Oh, you know what? I think it might be Lonnie. Doesn't he have one in his?
Okay, is the question, should you list them? Candace?
Yes, I would list them.
I would list them too. Some people still use the VHS. I don't know specifically about that, but look up your comps and hey, free, you're going to make something on it. And as Bobby says, money's money's, profit's profit.
Sales are sales.
Oh, sales are sales, profit's profit. Close enough.
By the way, no, that's not. It's got to be exact.
My bad.
I disagree.
Sales are sales, profit's profit.
And by the way, on VHS tapes, I can tell you that what I've learned about VHS, I was at a yard sale last year, and I bought a bunch of Pokemon and Johnny Quest and other stuff. But the most valuable ones are the Sonics. If you find the Sonics on VHS,
really,
especially in a white case, those are pretty valuable. And a horror classic called Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you find that original on VHS, it's worth about $200.
Yeah. Faith, Danny does have the cha-ching in his intro.
Okay, maybe that's who it is.
Oh, rundown and ghetto Tom Thumbs, right? Yeah. They're all owned by Kroger's, which is ironic because we don't have Kroger's here.
Yeah, we don't have Kroger's either.
But all the Tom Thumbs are Kroger stores, I guess.
We have loads of Casey's is new here, but they're sprouting up everywhere.
I never heard of that. Froggy Flips in the song?
Gwendolyn's will be better, probably longer cha-chings.
Hey, I'm all for that. I think that's fantastic.
Danny that has the cha-ching. Bobby missed my comment.
I got you, Faith.
Oh, in his intro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eric says he sells a lot of VHS.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't normally pick them up, but you know, I've heard and I've sold some, but people like the ones that people have recorded on old shows and stuff. Yeah.
Now, I always try to pick up nonfiction kind of thing, documentaries and things like that. Those seem to do well for me for VHS, at least, or like real estate adventures or make money selling something. If it's a series, even the VHS will sell.
Aussie VHS Drifter would say yes.
There you go.
Said you showed the garage death pile and the video didn't show on my phone. No, the death pile in the garage behind the puzzles, it's just a few boxes, but it's a lot of stuff. I've got a huge tote of Hot Wheels and Matchbox. It's probably 1,000 in it. Some are carded and some are loose. But I just have, I mean, it's like right now I'm trying to get to the video games death pile. And once I get that, then I'll start dragging stuff in because February is going to be garage sale season and we're going to be out and about. We've already looked up a lot of communities outside of Oklahoma City that are having them, and some places up near Tulsa that are going to have them in Tonkawa and other things. So we're going to be hitting those. And I've got to be like today, all the stuff I sourced today, I've already listed everything but the Hoka shoes. And I was about to list them when my time ran out. Picked up a free box of 39 Star Trek collectors. I would comp each one to see which ones, if there's any that are more valuable than the others, personally. But if they're a complete set, then I'd probably sell them as a complete set. If they all go together, like I sold the Simpsons 16 seasons for over $185 not too long ago. And if they go together, then I would put them together. If they don't, then I would comp each one and see what ones are valuable. It's like TV series. When I've sold TV series like NYPD Blue or Game of Thrones, even some of the later seasons of Game of Thrones are more valuable than the beginning seasons. So you got to make up your decision. If you've got them all, sell them as a set. But if not, then sell them individually and you might make more money. You just got to comp them and see.
Or you could pick the couple that, are the most valuable and list those separately. And then the other ones that are just low value, bulk those together.
Jennifer picked up exercise videos, so I'm going to start working out to them.
Nice. Journey, you said no 7-Elevens in North Florida or Atlanta. Yeah, I know. I've been all over. We just, coming from the north, I was in Ohio before we moved to Florida. It was very odd that there was no 7-Elevens ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big 7-Eleven person, but I just go in because the ATM for here is free. There's no charge to take your money out. So that's why I use them.
Oof. Michael, East Kentucky Picker, said they raised video game prices at his Goodwill to $6.99. That's hefty. Any condition, doesn't matter. $6.99.
Gundam. I'm trying to think, is Gundam some kind of a anime thing or something? I'm trying to think of what Gundam. There's something with that name that rings a bell with me. There you go. Come and go.
Come and go. And
yeah, I love that name. I've seen that before too.
We have a Buc-ee's kind of like.
I've never been in one, but they have them in Texas.
I went to one a couple weeks ago and I was like, oh, we have to get gas. And I told my daughter, I said, let's stop in here. And she's like, oh, Mom, don't go in there. We'll be in there for an hour. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a gas station. It's like, whoa, you walk in and there's just, it's like a department store and a convenience store. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Tom was part of Safeway. I'm not sure. My mom is retired as meat wrapper from Safeway, but they were associated in the same union as Kroger. But Safeway doesn't exist in this part of the country anymore. They're only out west and in Hawaii.
And maybe Kroger's bought them, but they definitely have all their little ad things are definitely Kroger. But
Jazz, you're absolutely correct. VHS for horror movies are the best to get. And I was telling somebody in my live last night that somebody had told me they were making a lot of money on Etsy taking horror movies and taking the tape out and putting in string lights and making, and then taking a label and putting colored cellophane on and making night lights out of them. And I did it, but it takes so long to get the tape out of those things because you got to take the cover off and take the tape out. But horror movie ones were the ones that were selling, and some of those were selling for big money, like $50 a piece. It just was all the time. I've actually made two. I'm going to go get one here in a minute. So Angie, take over. I'm going to grab one. Oops.
Okay.
Why do I always?
There we go.
I know, but now I got to get me out.
Okay, there you go. Red Beer Treasure says, I miss Kroger's and Aldi's. We don't have Aldi's here. I cannot believe it. And the thing that aggravates me is we have Aldi's commercials, even on the radio, and there's an Aldi's anywhere near here. Man Mountain Link said he misses Winn-Dixie. We have Winn-Dixie's here, but I want Kroger's because Kroger's has like great sales. Let's see. Are there Piggly Wigglies? Yes. I don't know. I know there's a new one being built So they are actually still building Piggly Wigglies in Pace, Florida. So Wisconsin evidently has Piggly Wigglies too. Let's see. Horror VHS, you're right, Jazz and Gwendolyn. I've sold them before and they sell great. I missed something. Lissa says $6.99 is ridiculous. I know, I cannot even believe. You know, like they're not making enough money that they have to charge $6.99 for a used video game. Some video games are only worth $5 and $6. So Piggly Wiggly disappeared in Northern Ohio in the early 90s, but I still have a silly red employee shirt. You work there, Lissa? Let's see. The market for some VHS tapes are oversaturated. Eric Hughes said, you're absolutely right. That's why I'm super choosy about what I get, but I won't pass them by. You know, you'll never find me buying like Disney VHS. But I do look through them just to see if I'm, you know, something that looks interesting. Central Florida has 7-Elevens. Okay. Let's see. Kind of like Transformers anime. Oh, we got to tell Bobby that. Bobby,
all right, I'm back.
Like Gundam style. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Bucky's is cool.
This is Back to the Future, if y'all remember the movie.
Yep.
So what I I heard about this and I tried it. I bought a bunch of supplies and I took a VHS tape. And you're supposed to put the label on here, Back to the Future, because a lot of them have it. So if not, I have to make a label. But I took cellophane tape, if y'all can see it. I took the back off, and I took all the tape out, and I've run string lights that I got from like Hobby Lobby or somewhere. And then there's a little, of course, when you buy those, there's a little thing on them. And so then you turn it on. And I don't know if this will show right.
Yeah.
And then you set it. So if you got like a Freddy Krueger theme here, and then you set it on your table, just like that, at night, like in a child's room or whatever, or you want to scare your child to death. And and so you can make night lights, and you can play with the cellophane and make it different colors, but the string lights can be plain or colored, whatever you want to do. But people were buying these, and it takes hours to make one. At least for me, it did. But it was another way to make money, but it was just so time-consuming, I quit doing it.
Where did you think of that idea?
Somebody had asked me about it at a thrift store and said, have you heard about the people that are taking VHS tapes and making nightlights out of them? I was like, what are you talking about? They said, go to Etsy and look it up. And they're VHS nightlights. And so I went on Etsy and I found them. And I found out in looking at them that the ones that were worth the most were the horror movie themed ones, or the rare movies like E.T. or not rare, but you know, those kind of movies. But the horror movies, like Killer Clowns was a $50 one then. But of course, now I know that the tape's worth more, so I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Chucky, whatever, they're going to be worth some money, and people put them as nightlights. And it's actually a cool little nightlight.
That's actually, it's just a cool little decor item for a shelf. My kids, my Amy is like super into horror everything. So something like that she would think was amazing.
Now, my kids liked horror movies, and my grandson does. But my kids, one time we were watching, of course, I grew up in Central Texas where everybody thinks Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know, was supposedly happen, right? And anyway, I told them, I said, have y'all ever seen the original Texas Chainsaw? Oh, Dad, that's an old movie. It's not going to be scary. And they sat and watched it with me. Mm-hmm. That night, all three of my daughters slept with me. And they were teenagers. So.
Oh, K&D said they took their son on a college visit from north of Houston to where the college was north of Dallas. They stopped at 5 Buc-ee's. That is awesome. We have one here, and I had never been there until recently.
Congrats, Raymond. You won. And yeah, send it to me at TheCapGuy_Oklahoma on Instagram.
Nice. Congratulations.
I will get it out to you. What are you going to do with it? That's what I want to know. Are you actually going to put it on a set of golf clubs and play golf with it? You would have never slept. You know, some people are scared of clowns too. I don't know why people would be afraid of clowns. Thanks, Gwendolyn. It's a lot of work, but it is kind of cool. Go on Etsy. It may still be on Etsy. I haven't looked in a long time. I'll have to check that out too, because I do have a ton of VHS tapes, but I just haven't listed them.
Chuck, have a great night.
Is it past Chuck's bedtime already?
Mm-hmm. Candace, I am in Pensacola, Florida, so I'm in the Panhandle. You could just call it Lower Alabama, because we're basically all the way over, about 30 minutes from Alabama. Yeah,
I'm actually looking at Etsy right now, and like Halloween is worth $21. ET's worth $21. I'm trying to find one that's maybe worth a bunch of money. But go to Etsy and look up VHS nightlights, and you'll see what these things are selling for. Most of them, I mean, $20, that's a lot of work for $20. Because you got to buy the string lights and do all the work.
But if you got the VHS for free,
but the night lights are going to cost you.
The string lights cheap.
Yeah,
it's a good way to somebody who just has time in their hands.
Yeah, it's just the labor. I'm telling you, it takes forever to unwind a VHS tape. It does. And I just thought, you know what? I could make a lot more money than. I tell you who else does Diary of a Flipper in Australia. He has a ton of horror type stuff in the background of his videos. Use a cheap tape. But Etsy has a bunch of them, so check it out. Bye, Mimi. Thanks for coming in.
Okay, 2 people have said this, and I want to make sure that I stand corrected. Eddie and someone else said Disney VHS movies that are sealed sell like hotcakes, and that they are right, because I said I wouldn't pick up Disney, but if it's sealed, yeah, obviously that's a whole other story. I didn't want to good point for both of you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I'm retired from UPS. But I wasn't a driver for UPS. I was in sales.
My kids, my daughter is not afraid of clowns. Like I said, she's been into horror stuff her whole life. When we sold our house in Ohio and moved to Florida, we cleaned up the whole house, and my daughter put a clown in her bedroom on the shelf. So when the house was completely empty except for this creepy little clown doll. So when they opened the closet, that was it in the whole house. I'm like, Amy, that is mean. She I tried to take it down. She was like, no, we are leaving that for the new people.
Night, frugal.
So I apologize if you bought my house in Ohio. The clown doll was not my idea.
Yeah, I have a cousin in Missouri that is deathly afraid of clowns. She doesn't even like to be joked about clowns.
Really?
And then some people I know are scared of snakes. Me, I'm not a big fan of spiders.
Yeah.
Especially the Sydney funnel web. I would never want to encounter one of them things. Right, Jazz?
I love scary movies. You know what I don't like? I don't like gruesome just for the goriness. Like I saw 1 and I thought it was really, really good, and then the other Saws are just how gross and disgusting can we get? That's why I love Hostel. It was really psychological and real life. It's not just supernatural. Ooh, this could never happen. I'm all about that could actually happen, so you better watch yourself.
Jennifer said she didn't buy your house.
Oh, good. I mean, we drove away. I was like, we should have done that, but it was too late. She has a dark sense of humor. Yeah, where's MML going?
I don't know if he's going or if he's saying goodbye to somebody else.
Oh. House of 1,000 Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell are my favorites. Wow, those are some names.
You know what I used to always joke with the kids about was if I'm in a house and people are starting to disappear and I start hearing the music, like the theme music of Halloween or something, I'm leaving. I'm not hanging out and investigating. I'm not investigating anything. I'm out of there.
Rob Zombie movies.
I don't think I've ever seen
Alfred Hitchcock. I like. Oh, you know what? The Twilight Zone. When I was young, I saw one where like they went to get in bed and something grabbed their legs and like pulled them under the bed. I'm not ashamed to admit that until I was like 30 years old, from that point on, I dove onto my bed because for some reason I thought once I was on the bed, I was safe, but I was not letting anything get my legs when I got into bed. It was like for 15 years I did that.
Alfred Hitchcock, I remember that movie, The Birds. I used to be afraid of birds for a while when I was a kid.
The Birds was a scary
it wasn't that scary, but the first scary movie I remember was Night of the Living Dead. Because I was young, and that was one of them drive-in cult classics. I've never seen Deadpool either. The first
one was too gory.
I've never seen a Rob Zombie movie. I guess I need to check out a Rob Zombie movie.
Haunted house. A chance to go. Oh, speaking of haunted houses, I mean, we are like so off on reseller content at this point, but do y'all hear about the guy?
Resellers?
Well, I know, right? In Tennessee or whatever, who like people would go there and he would torture them all night long. What was the name of that? And basically the whole thing is if you stayed the whole night, it was, you know, he would give you like $25,000 and nobody ever stayed.
I think my scariest movie I remember was Phantasm, because at the end the bad guys won, and it was kind of a really weird B kind of movie, but it was about a guy that took people when they were dead and turned them into like slaves in hell, and they had this silver ball that flew around. It would poke you and drain you, but he was after a little boy whose parents were killed, and at the end he wins. And I'm thinking, I mean, I was like, didn't want to go to bed that night.
That's great.
When I was a kid, we watched like Frankenstein and Werewolf and Creature from the Black Lagoon and stuff, and we thought that was scary. And all those horrible UFO movies that you could tell. I mean, nowadays you look at them, you go, look, I can see the string. None of the great videography we have now. His mother-in-law's house. That's funny. Yeah, Phantasm was messed up. Oh, I got a return on a PS2 game.
McCamey Manor. Have you ever heard of that?
Which one?
It's McCamey Manor.
I've never heard of that.
It's in Tennessee, Summertown, Tennessee. You should look it up.
Matt Link probably is running it.
MEY. It's scary. Anyways, if y'all want to be freaked out, McCamey Manor. Oh, I sold another pillow. That means 3 left. Yes.
I got a return on a PS2 game. That's why I hate PS2 games.
Why do they
get scratched up so bad?
Oh,
and I've cleaned them. That's the second one I've had come back. I mean, they're not big money or anything. It's just I hate having people not happy.
Right. There's a YouTube video on it. Said Redbeard. Yeah, there's lots of YouTube videos on it. That's where I found it. Scary stuff. Angie resells the pillow plug. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, actually, Close Encounters was. I agree.
So you've been listing mostly video games. How many more do you have before you're caught up?
I brought in a box out of the garage. I would say I probably have 250.
250
I started with over probably 650.
Where did you get them all?
I've just sourced them for so long, and I will not sell a game if it's scratched. So until I got the JFJ Pro and then got to it, I decided to start cleaning them. And then I started listing. Video games are easy to list, but if you got to take the time to clean each one and wipe it off and make sure it's clean. And I can't test every one of them. I mean, if they sell for $10, I'm not testing them.
Right.
I'll just refund them. But I've just sourced so many in bulk deals and thrift stores. I mean, if they're 202, I'm buying them. And then I find out some are not worth much and some are worth a lot more than I thought. So, yeah, I sold a pillow instead of I sold a hat.
Right. Hopefully after this week, I will be out of the pillow business.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. And I did buy that stuff just recently. I should have marked my own PS4. I forgot to do that the other night in case it was to come back. But I do have the disc one. The good thing about returns are you can get it back, clean it again, and resell it again. And I've done that plenty of times on returns. I turn around and just sell them again.
The blacklight thing will not make eBay side with you either. They have no proof that actually is there or that you didn't put it on before or after. So having that won't help you anyways.
It won't. Well, I do have one.
Yeah. But seriously, I mean, unfortunately, that's what eBay will say. Well, how do we know that was there? Maybe it got rubbed off or something like that. So
actually, I do put bubble wrap in every video game that I ship out, and then I ship it in a padded envelope as well. But I do put bubble wrap in all mine. I learned that from Chad Juice.
I just do I cut a sheet in half and put it in there.
Inside the case?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't test them unless they're high dollar.
You should do a video on how to do the JFJ.
Yeah, a lot of people have done it. But I don't mind doing that.
Seriously, I've never seen, how the machine works,
don't wear a black shirt when you're doing it. Because
really?
Because that stuff splatters a little bit when you're wiping it. Sometimes it gunks up and it gunks up the machine.
Yeah.
You can get it on you and then it's hard to get that white stuff out. But see, and I don't like electronics as much anymore. I'm trying to actually stay away from electronics. I know a lot of people swear by them. I like to sell things that I know more about, like jerseys and caps. But I also like the little hard goods, toys and things that have high value that I know are collector. People are going to collect them, like the Ninja Turtles and things like that, because I know they're not coming back. That would be my answer. What about you, Angie? What do you enjoy selling?
I like electronics, but shipping is hard. I'm blocked up. There you go. I like electronics, but the shipping is probably the negative for me. I would say if I had unlimited supply and could easily get it, I would do HBA, health and beauty products, because everyone needs them and you're always replenishing them. So listing is super easy. You're just updating your inventory. They're super easy to package and they're out like this. Now
I know what he's meant. It took me a minute. Gwendolyn asked what a block buyer was. I'm sorry, Angie. You're blocking the buyer from buying anything else from you is what he's talking about. So I have a pretty good list of those are people that give me a really hard time for no reason, or people that have tried to, or they bought from me and canceled more than once or something like that. I'll block them.
People who don't pay, I add to my block bidder list. And I also, and this is an option if you don't know it, you can actually go into eBay and say you will not accept bids or orders from people who haven't paid a certain number of times over the last month or over the last 6 months. I have that too. And I've had a couple people like furious messaging me, how can I not buy this or whatever? And I'm like, unfortunately, that's the only recourse as sellers we have is if you haven't paid other people, I don't want you to buy my item and not pay me. And
well, I bought something from a guy in Florida last month, and it took a month to get here. And it did get here, but I didn't look at his feedback before I bought it. And when I went to look at it, he had horrible feedback, and he had a lot of stuff that they said never shipped and never got it. And I thought I wasn't going to get it, and now I did get it finally, but it took a month.
Wow. Now, had he shipped it on time? And
he shipped it on the 4th. He shipped it within a day of me. I always ask if you don't ship within a day, because I ship every day, including Saturday, then I'm gonna ask you for it, because I expect you to ship it like I do. And anyway, he contacted me and said, hey, I shipped it, but it showed at the post office in wherever it was in Florida that it had been received, but it said not confirmed, and it never showed leaving there. So when I saw his feedback, I assumed, okay, maybe this guy didn't really ship it. So I opened a case, and finally he contacted me, and then I got it, like I said, a few days ago.
Good.
But I thought it was used. It's brand new in the box.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, okay.
That's a bonus.
Yeah. But I would say, I mean, anything that makes good money, like that knife that I sold in my video today, anything that makes good money, I like. HP calculators, TI-84 calculators. But I don't like messing with VCRs and even video game consoles. I'm not a big fan anymore. I mean, I will sell them, but I just hate messing with them.
I don't like to have to test the product.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah. My mom likes anything new in a box. If it's in a box, she's picking that up.
Well, I sold some Mary Kay lipstick that they said was dried out, and I'm like, it's new in the package. But it could have been old. I got it at a yard sale, but I made a lot of money off Mary Kay. So thank you, Mary Kay.
Or person who sold it to you at a great price.
3 people for 145, and I've made over $900 off of it.
Wow.
The moisturizers and foundations, y'all pay a lot of money for that stuff. And I'm not big on eyeliners and lipsticks. I'd rather find the foundations and the moisturizers. Those seem to be what really flies out of the store.
Oh, and Gwendolyn, when you're looking for the block bidder list, the easiest way is just go into the help section and type block bidder, and it will literally come up for you right then, rather than you trying to search through where it's located. That's actually how I, to this day, find it, and it pops right up as soon as you go into the help and type block bidder.
In answer to your question, Nana, I do mine. If I send you an invoice and you don't respond within about 12 hours, I will send you a reminder. But in 2 days, I've got it set up where eBay automatically sends or opens a case, because I can't watch everything that hasn't been paid for. And eBay will do an automatic case. And I've had people that have told me, hey, I'll pay you in 3 days. And so when they do that, I tell them, look, in 2 days, you're going to get a notification from eBay. Don't be mad. I'm not sending it. I'm just letting you know you're going to get it because you didn't pay me.
Yeah. I don't ever send payment reminders, because eBay does. And I figure it's just, just something else that's coming to them. And in 2 days, when eBay sends them, like Bobby, the automatic thing that comes, they know at that point they have so many days before it goes a strike against them. So I ship every day as well, as long as I have a sale. I'm just part-time, but my sales have increased this past year since I've been putting more effort in. Well, that's awesome, Candy. I try to ship every single day, but I have a full-time day job, probably like you. So I don't necessarily get it every day, but I have my, for the entire year of 2021 already set up that my mailman will pick up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as a minimum for my porch. And it's super easy to do that. Now, I know some places that are rural, you can't do that, but my mailman will, I just say I have 10 packages on average, and he just comes whatever's out there. Now, I have been giving him a reprieve because I've had, 40 and 50 boxes of pillows, the 12 by 12s, and there's no way he can fit that. But I put everything in my IKEA bags, the big IKEA bags, put them on the porch, and he literally takes them and then throws the bags onto my porch. It's kind of like an enclosed porch, so it works out great. Thrifty Lissa says she gives 48 hours. Cindy Crawford makeup. I don't think I've ever heard of Cindy Crawford makeup. Let's see. I send an unpaid notice after 48 hours as well. Lissa says, the truth of this job is the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. That is for sure. Oh, Candy says, I schedule pickups as I need them. Our neighborhood has those little mail pods. Outgoing mail is a letter. There needs to be IKEA bag giveaways. I have given away several IKEA bags, but I have another one. So maybe I'll have to give another one away, Lissa. But my neighborhood I call it the grandma neighborhood. It's all the homes are patio homes, so you're like 1,800 square foot, but our yards are super small. And it's like one of the Mayberry neighborhoods, like everyone's watching out. So we don't have any problems at all with, concern about people like taking packages off of porches or anything like that, because our porches are kind of set back as well. So we just set our packages on our porch, in the morning, and my mom is always home anyways. So, and he just puts the bags back, so it works out for us. Let's see. There are so many people that need to be blocked. A few channels on YouTube share their lists of bad buyers to each other. I mean, yeah, you can do that. Eric, as far as I'm concerned about that is not everyone, I may have a problem with someone, but they may just been having a bad day. That's kind of like calling out, for me anyways, calling out another YouTuber. I figure if someone's doing something wrong, other people are going to know about it, and it's going to catch up to them. I don't like putting other people's names out there because I just don't want bad karma back on me. So I would just prefer not to. Let's see. I picked up on that this last year, so I try to list multiple days and ship out ASAP. That's the best way to be. You do really well if you do something with your eBay every single day. I don't list every day. I can't because my job is pretty demanding, but I'll run a sale or, just change some prices. Anything to just let eBay know that, hey, I'm here. I'm doing something with my listings today. And when I run sales, if you have a store, you can run sales. I usually only do like a 24-hour sale because it shows the countdown that the sale is on. And so it makes people it's a sense of urgency to buy it at a discounted price rather than, if you have a sale that runs for a week or whatever. And then that constant restarting, new sales at different percentages, that's activity for your eBay too. List is the key, says Raymond. Be active and list every day. Yeah, for sure. Even if people are surprised because, when you say list every day, like Bobby, he's listing 20, 30 items a day. But even if you're listing 2 or 3 items, you're at least on their listing. Where'd you go?
I have to let my dogs out, and I have a Boston Terrier named Mr. Pickles, and I think he's got magazines out there somewhere. So when he goes to do his business, I think he's reading for 30 minutes. There's 8 corners to my yard, and he goes in every one of them to find that spot, and then he goes, nope, that's not the one. I mean, he takes 30 minutes.
That is so funny.
The other one, Baby's a female. She takes 2 minutes and she's out of there.
Lissa, do the 24-hour sales really produce good sales? Yes, I try not to, I give it a break usually, so when one ends, I'll wait a day, and I don't always put my entire store on sale. Sometimes you can do an easy sale of 500 items. So I'll do items that have been on there for, 60 days or more, and then, run those sales at a certain amount. And then I'll do the entire inventory at even 5% off. And so I switch it up and never make it the same. So it's not like everything is continually on sale, but there's always something on sale. And it absolutely does drive sales because, I'll sell weird old things. And then the other thing is Bobby and I are both doing 4% promoted listings, and weird old things that have been on my inventory for a long time are selling with the 4% promoted. Now, it's not for everyone, but I'm going to keep it for a while because right now it's working for me.
Yeah, I listed 130 last week, and this weekend, through the weekend, that was 7 days. And then this week I've listed 78 in the first 3 days. I'm running 4% of my entire store, which is 3,600 items. And I've got 900 items on a 10% sale. I send offers constantly. I tweak my prices all the time. And I've got, like she said, I've got older stuff that's selling now, which tells me that the promoted listings is working. I was doing 1%, and now I've changed it.
Me too. I was doing things.
Thanks, Jazz. Thank you for coming in.
Bye, Jazz. It was nice meeting you. I'll definitely come check out your channel.
Me too. Me too. I'll be subscribing, so make sure you're subscribed.
Eric says you have a few that are real scammers. Yeah, unfortunately. I just kind of look at it like, well, I mean, I hate to say like they'll get theirs in the end, because sadly they do it because they don't get theirs in the end. They get away with this crap. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, everything that we tell you or that you do, it's not going to work for everybody. Absolutely. So you've got to, like I say, you've got to adapt and change, just like you do in your real job if you have a job outside of what you do here. And you've got to always adapt and change, throw stuff at the wall, see if it sticks. If it doesn't, change it up. But always be involved in the store. Don't just let it sit and grow stale. And like I heard somebody say a while ago, they list every day and they notice a difference when they don't. So do I. And today I was busy and I wasn't going to list anything. I've been trying to list extra the last couple of days, but I had 15 items that were on auction. None of them sold. So I relisted them as buy it. So that's 15 of them. And then I did everything I sourced today except one item so far. And so I had 28. And so it definitely makes a difference. And if you're consistent and then you're doing some of the other things that we talked about, you should be successful. So.
Yeah. And not every day is going to be a home run. Right. I have 1,250 items up right now. And today I sold 4 items. It was not a great day for me.
Well, I had 4 when I went live yesterday at 4, and I ended up with 13. I'm at 9 or 10 now. And I hope by the time midnight rolls around, I got 13 or 14 again. So
sold 2 more sets of pillows.
And it's not necessarily about number of sales. It's about how much money you're making off those sales.
True. That's true.
And I've got a goal of 150 profit a day. So
Raymond, 700 active listings. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize how hard it is to move up a level.
Some of the big channels, I mean, I follow a lot of the guys that do it, and they don't have barely 400. I mean, Harry Tornado has less than 400 active listings.
I don't know how.
But he spends a lot of time on YouTube, which is where he's making a bunch of money now. And Lonnie's up over 1,000. John's I think he's under 500. So it doesn't matter. And somebody like Gemini Thrifts and Rally Roots have a ton of listings.
Yeah.
I do. It doesn't matter how much you got in your store, but you got to have it priced right. You got to have the promotions. You got to have the sales. You got to tweak them and send the offers. And then you also have to constantly be involved in that store.
Eric says he only has 650. 650 is a lot.
You will, Mike. I think you will. Just hang with it. I think you'll see it. I don't know how many listings you have, but I think you'll see a difference. And of course, those things are going to sell because they do.
Michael, when did you switch to the 4%?
Just today, I think he said.
Oh, it takes a couple days for it to kick in. You won't notice if you just did it. You won't notice it for a day or two.
Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't matter how many listings you have. It's all about how much you're making. If you're making money, it doesn't matter. Bye, Gwendolyn. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate you.
Bye, Gwendolyn. Have a great night.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you got 400, 500, there's no right or wrong answer. But I think the more listings you have, the more opportunity you have to sell, unless you have stuff that's really hot, video games or toys that are hot or a bunch of PS. If you got 100 PS5s, you're going to hit some home runs, although they have dropped. And I do have the PS5 and the Xbox X, both. I like the PS5 better.
200 listings a few months ago. I'm at 225. Nice.
Yeah.
Ultimate goal is around 500. Yeah, it's literally you just have to figure out, how many you're selling a month on average. If you have more listings, you'll sell a little bit more. And you need to sell basically list that many plus, however many more. So if you're selling 40 items and you want to get up to 100 extra items, that means you got to sell 100 items. It takes a while. Definitely.
Somebody just sent me a message and said, I just wonder if these are ever going to go on sale. They're Jordan trainer shoes. I guess I better send them.
I'm up to 6 sales now on eBay. But look at all this.
What do you think I should send them?
Look, I'm like, I just sold all of these pillows. I'm down to 3.
You haven't
more.
shipped them? Thank you, Redbeard. I appreciate it. Angie,
now, Michael, are you still? I know. Are you still like limited with the number of items that you can sell? Because you're fairly new, aren't you? East Kentucky Picker. Hey, Matt, that's not a bad problem to have. That you keep selling stuff.
Yeah, and he did send me a message, Red Beard's Treasures, and told me that since he did the 4%, his sales have picked up a lot. So, I mean, it took me a day, but now I went from one day. Angie made a comment like, "You had 4 sales, dang! For all the stuff you got, you should have a bunch of sales." And I was like, "Yeah, I better go look at my analytics and stuff." And then I started, you know what? I'm going to try that 4% and see. You can always pull it back if it doesn't work. And
exactly.
matter of fact, they're not charging you unless it sells anyway.
Right, exactly. So it's not costing you a cent to try it. Ohio Big Guy, what do you mostly list? I always like to know what people are listing.
Right.
Lisa says, try to list 3 for every 1 sold when I'm stressed out. Do what you can. Hey, that works. That means you have doubled your inventory. Had 1 sale during this live, a plush NASCAR bear I've had for over a year. How much did you sell it for? I love plush. They are slow movers for the most
I looked at a bunch today, but I didn't pick any up.
I decided not to go to 25-cent day at Casboys today.
Mike says he can list 3,400 items or 150,000.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. So you have a long buffer. I know somebody just got back on eBay not that long ago, and they could only list like 200 and some. So I just wonder now, sorry guys, how long it takes. Like if you're only at 200 and some, how much do they increase you the next month? I was just curious about if anyone is still like.
You can always ask. You can ask for an increase. Mine's over like 6,000 listings if I want to, and something like his 150,000 or something crazy number. And it's funny, when we were during COVID and they gave us all the 50,000 a month, I was like, I will never be able to list 50,000 listings in a month. I mean, that was a ridiculous number.
There you go. Sales are sales. Profit is profit. I messed that saying up. It's my bad.
That's correct, Mike. That's yep. And Lisa said the other day in one of my video chats, or the thing, that we've been kind of motivating her to get listings. So good. Get rid of some of that stuff in your house and make some room so you can start making YouTube videos, Lisa.
I have to say, doing YouTube motivates you to list, because what are you going to talk about if you haven't listed? You're a reseller who's not listing.
Right.
So kind of forces the issue a little bit.
I was doing about 300 a month, Ohio Big Guy, but now I'm averaging. I mean, I had one day this week where I've had, what did I have? Like 16, 19, and I'm averaging about 13 or 14 a day. So whatever that works out. And I'm involved in my eBay business every single day, including Saturday and Sunday. I do not take a full day off ever.
Neither do I.
My problem is I love to source a lot. So collectibles. Okay.
Oh,
toys are.
Pillow.
Did you really?
Yes.
How do you know you sold a pillow? I didn't hear it.
It's not on eBay. It's all on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, and
So
when a label just pops out when you sell it.
Computer.
So do they pay shipping on Facebook Marketplace?
You can Facebook Marketplace. You can do either way. Did I glitch in my back? You can set up so you pay the shipping and set the price for the shipping, or you can do it so Facebook does it. And like for 2 to 5 pounds is $12. The only problem with Facebook Marketplace is you don't get paid. It's more like Poshmark. You don't get paid until they receive the package, and then it's 5 days after that. So I thought, I have 100 packages. Do I really want to be out $800 in shipping, or, approximately? So I just let them do the shipping. So literally the only thing I have to do is put them in boxes, and I print out the label, and then I just get, the actual $10 per set is what I'm doing. And luckily I have until the 26th, but I think I'm gonna sell out today with no fees. Otherwise I'd have had to pay the 5%.
And they're going all over the place?
All over. And I've even told people want multiple sets, but since I already have them boxed in 12 by 12 boxes, I'm telling them no, that if they want to buy them, they're going to have to place 3 different orders and pay 3 shipping, because it's going to be oversized if not. And I just wanted it to be easy and done, and some people got mad about it and didn't buy it. I'm like, okay, you don't have to buy. That's completely okay. But
Raymond's asking you how Facebook is. What do you think of it?
I have not. I used to only do Facebook for like large items, furniture and things like that. Yard sales, things like that, if I had a yard sale. But with the shipping that they offer, I've tried a few items, but I have to say that this is the first time I listed anything with like a multiple quantity, and I've been shocked. My flamingo pillows that I listed, I had 50 sets put on there, and I sold them in 5 hours. 5 hours. So we were like mad assembly line putting pillows in boxes, and putting labels on them. I mean, but like here, Oregon, California, Louisiana, Virginia.
Are the flamingo ones hot?
The flamingo ones, yeah, Maryland and Cape Canaveral, Florida. So these are the fish ones. But now I did on a Friday after 5 o'clock on Friday. That's when I listed the flamingo pillows. And by 10 o'clock that night, they had all completely sold out. Now, the fish ones are a little slower. I listed those on Saturday. But it's Wednesday, and I'm about to I have maybe 2 more left out of the 50 I had of those. So that's pretty darn good.
Now the big question is, how many times you've been back to that dumpster looking for more?
No, I'm done. I could have sold them for a lot more. They were beautiful pillows. I mean, and they were worth more for sure.
You made a ton.
But I'm like, what can I do? And my mom and I talked about it, and she said, Angie, just sell them cheap. Find a way that we can literally get rid of them as fast as possible. Because guys, you couldn't walk in my living room. It was covered with a layer of pillows. We're like, and my kids are like, oh my God, what's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you getting more crap? And I'm like, listen, it's going to be worth it. So we put them on there, and it was like, sale. We're like, seriously? And, to have 50 orders in 5 hours was incredible. So
Raymond's asking, do you have a Square set up for payment?
No, Facebook does the payment.
Okay.
Now, yes, I have a Square thing for PayPal, like for yard sales that people can pay by credit card. But this, I let Facebook do everything, and it didn't cost me anything to have them do that. Now, of course, let's face it, they made money on shipping because they charge $12, and I'm sure they have a huge discount that they get, but that's okay with me. It didn't cost me anything out of pocket, and then the money will just be here in a matter of 2 weeks.
Moon Goddess, in answer to what you said, you don't do them. You might try some of your stuff. I don't know if you have a store, and I don't know how many listings you have, but you might try it on some of your older stuff. And I mean, it's 4 cents on the dollar. So if your cost of goods is low and your profit margin is pretty good, I would try it and just see if it'll move some of your older product. I did it on my whole store because I was too lazy to pick through 3,600 items. I had about 1,500 already on 1%. So I just adjusted everything to 4%, and my sales have taken off. They're skyrocketing. So my problem is I'm trying to list 25 a day too, and then everything else that I'm doing. Anybody that thinks eBay, for those of us that are in here, anybody that thinks this is easy and, oh, you do eBay, that's not a real job. You're wrong. I work harder than I did at UPS.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I've done it for so long, I can't imagine my life without eBay. Literally, since my kids were born, my daughter was 5 months old when I started. It's been just a part of our life and a part of our fixture. I don't know how, I keep saying this, I don't know how people come home and relax and just like hang out and watch television. I would die of boredom. I
don't watch as much TV as I used to.
I don't watch any TV. I watch, I'll watch something on Netflix while I'm here listing, doing other stuff, or I watch other YouTubers. It's my passion. I just really love it.
Well, I'm still binge watching Blacklist on Netflix. So I'm way behind. I'm on season 3. But I mean, I enjoy doing it. And my grandson even has the fever. Now he's making TikTok videos.
Oh,
he can't do E7, and he doesn't do YouTube because he can't play the music. But he's got some really creative TikTok videos, and he's got a Jeffy puppet. For those of you who know who Jeffy is, and
the kid who does Jeffy is right here in my town.
I know, and he's rich,
ridiculously rich.
Yeah, and he's actually funny. I mean, it's funny stuff if you have a warped sense of humor like I do. But, Karen's got into thrifting, and now she loves sourcing, and even the dumpster diving, she's wanting to do that. I'm like, man, but I go for the supplies. She's looking for gift cards like Steve Steph Resells. I'm like, but I mean, you can make some extra money doing this. And if you're doing a part-time, it's a good supplemental income. And I always tell people, start in your own house or with your family and sell stuff first, and then get into it and start learning, watching YouTube, comping everything, and you will learn what's good and what's not. I'm still shocked when I pick up stuff and go, I mean, that knife I sold, I didn't know when I picked it up it was worth $110.
Oh, how big guy? He started in 99. I started in 98. May something. No, was it April? I don't know, April or May 1998. Ditto, Angie. You and I have done this half of our lives. Right. I mean, it literally, even how I look at everything. I remember when the Beanie Baby craze was going on, people were collecting it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be reselling those. So we go get in line, and people were like, oh, I'm going to save these forever. And I was like, I can't wait to get these on eBay.
Karen said that Steve and Steph found 320 gift cards 2 days ago. And some of them are like $60 on a Bed Bath & Beyond card. And you're like, holy smoke.
Guys, I'm down to one pillow set.
Wow. I wished I still had some of the stuff. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Hey, I wished I had some of the stuff that was in the 70s, the concert shirts and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she watches Steven Steph, and she likes that Bolo Buddies that does a lot of toys.
I haven't watched Bolo Buddies, I don't think very much.
She doesn't like actually show going out and picking up stuff. She does what's sold, but she has a lot of listings, over 6,000. But she does a lot of toys. So if you want to learn a little bit about toys, she has a bunch of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look.
I mean, when I go to yard sales, I'm going to be looking more at toys, some of the toys that I don't know about, because what she pieces out a lot of little. I mean, like little doll furniture, like the little high chair.
Yeah.
You know, $14.99 I got for this. You know, and all that.
Wow.
And she buys a box full for $5 and makes $100 on it. I've been on since 2004, but only selling since 2005 while I was still working at UPS. And I just did jerseys and helmets in the beginning, and now I do everything.
Helmets?
Football helmets.
Oh, neat.
I found one today for $3.25. It is a Rydell blue youth large. It'll probably sell for about $55 plus shipping.
2,800. What was it, Lissa? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to tell us what that was.
Yeah, we want to know what that is, Lissa.
Katie, thank you. Let me tell you what, it was a little crazy, but I'm happy I did it now.
Karen, is Bolo having an auction? Don't everybody flip over there now. Stay here.
Yeah, Karen.
Is she doing an auction, or is she actually showing what she sold? Because hers are, like I said, they're like Gemini thrifts. If you've ever watched her, she does a lot of plates and glassware, but she just kind of shows what she sold. And, you know, I want to be a little different than that, but nothing wrong with it. But she has over 6,000 listings.
Wow.
I like to go in. It's not a competition, but I do follow a lot of the YouTubers, eBay stores. And if I'm having a slow day, I'll go over and look at 2 or 3 of theirs and see if they're having a slow day too. And then when I get that, you kind of get a feeling of what's going on. And then if they're having great sales and I'm not, then I know it's me. And if not, then I'm like, okay, it's everybody.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, I mean, a lot of times I have more sales than a bunch of them. And I'm like, okay, so maybe they need to tweak their store.
True.
None of us know everything.
So what about auctions on eBay? Or on YouTube? What do you guys think about them?
Most of the ones I see are too slow. I mean, I just don't like waiting for 5 minutes per item. I want to get it in there. Here's what I got. Because people will chat pretty quickly.
Yeah.
All right, we got 30 seconds on this item. Here's what it is. Here's what you see. Here's what the price is going to start at. Let's go. 30 seconds. Let's move on to the next item. That's what I would do if I was doing one.
Right.
But that's just me. But a lot of them go really slow. And I get kind of bored when it's stuff that I'm not interested in. I'm like, okay, I better go look at somebody else real quick.
I find that I try to watch, people that have the auctions that I follow, but I end up buying crap I don't even want.
I've only bought from one. I've only bought one from one, Mr. Buys a Lot, and I bought a box of some stuff for $51, free shipping, and I've sold one item out of it so far. But, in time it'll all sell because a lot of it's like Star Trek stuff.
I did buy from January House, Mike. I bought a lot of 10 cassettes, and it was only $10. Okay, I'm like, you don't even own a cassette player. Why are you buying these? There was like a Run DMC cassette in there. I was like, oh, I want to hear that. I don't own a cassette player. So I put them on eBay.
Ohio Big Guy don't like him. Ohio Big Guy don't like him because he is an auctioneer. And Mike said he spies on the other eBay store. I guess he's watching my store now. I'm kidding, Mike. But he mentioned
I like live sales. Like when you go to auctions that are live, like who was saying that they have those? Oh gosh. Chuck goes to those. they're live in person and they like have boxes and you have a choice of boxes. That's fun. I think I would really like that. But like the YouTube ones, yeah, they're kind of slow moving. And
Angie, she answered the question.
oh, what? Oh, a 2-sided French hand-painted horn fan commemorating the hot air balloon. Wow. Wow. See, I would have never, that could have been right in front of me and I wouldn't have picked it up because I would have had no idea that was, valuable.
A good place to find Blu-rays and things, Nana, is Dollar Tree.
Really?
eBay Addicts does a lot of that stuff. And I've done it, but I haven't done real well with it. But I want to make more than $5 or $10 per item. So not that I do all the time, but I like to make more than that.
I just sold out of pillows.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations.
Thank you. The palm leaf ones are left, but here's my last one. I can't believe it. It just keeps popping up.
I found
I were picked up for free.
I found a barometer last year at a yard sale or an estate sale, and I paid $25 for it, and it had a Wells Fargo wagon in it. And I sold it to somebody in Missouri. It was made in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
And the person that bought it from me for $125 was from Springfield, Missouri. So I'm sure it was, something related. But
do you have a Rollo or a printer, Bobby?
I have a Dymo 4XL that I got on eBay for about $100 that somebody had bought and it wasn't compatible to their software. And they said they didn't know for sure if it worked, but they thought they did, but they offered me to return it if it didn't. And I hooked it up and I love it because I was going through ink like crazy.
Yeah. I've actually heard bad things about the 4XL.
The only problem I've ever had, I had a problem one time on my old computer where about every 20 prints, it would go offline and I'd have to unplug it, replug it in, and then it would go again. But I've not had another problem with it, and I love it. Now the new computer, I don't have the issue. Maybe once I've had it. But, and if you're using UPS, you can get the labels for free.
Yes.
But if you're not a customer, then you got to pay for them like I do.
Yeah.
I have talked to one of the sales reps like, hey, man, hook me up with some printer labels.
Well, I don't like to do that because a couple people were advertising, you can get your labels at UPS. But I'm like, if you're not using UPS, you shouldn't be getting your labels from them. Karen, the palm pillows are 22 by 22, so they're bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a Rollo. It is amazing. I broke down like January of last year and purchased it, and it's like a game changer. And I was a firm believer. You can just get the, two basically the 2 on a page labels with my laser printer and it'll be fine. And
listen, where did you sleep? That's my question.
I have the fan sitting on my bed for over a year. Wow.
And you sold it for $28,000? Oh my goodness. And paid less than $1,000 for it.
No, she sold it for $2,800.
Oh, I thought she said $28,000. I was like, oh my God.
No.
Okay. See, Mike likes his 4XL.
No, I just heard that they have some issues. I can't tell you. I've never owned a Dymo. The Rollo.
Yeah,
the
Rollo is the new thing. The Rollo is the new thing, but it's just I got it on eBay cheap. It's like that thing that Lonnie got, and he uses this to test his video games. I talked about it in my video.
Yeah.
I've got one of these higher screens. Comes with a remote. It hooks up to old video games so you can hook up with AV cables. And I got this for like $22 on eBay. Works perfectly. It's used, but it's great to just plug in the consoles and, for the older systems.
Yeah.
And I love that thing. So that's how you pick up tips from some of these other people. Hey, what do you got? What do you got? But it's a good question. I love my 4XL. I was going through $50 a month in ink.
Oh,
have to cut it, tape it.
For sure. The Rollo is supposed to get a dongle so it can be wireless. That's the only negative I see about I don't know about a Dymo, but the Rollo is it's not wireless, so it has to be right here on my desk. If they made it wireless, wow, it would be mind-blowing, because then I could put it so it's not sitting right here taking up space on my desk. It would be amazing.
Yeah, the 4XL's getting stuck to my computer too.
Make sure you purchase labels with the black lines on the back. Mine don't have any lines on it, and it works perfectly.
Mine are all plain, but I've never had a problem with it feeding. I've just had a problem with it intermittently going, okay, I'm not on. But I haven't had that. Oh, okay.
Lori, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Big time saver, no cutting, no taping. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm real anal with tape. My boxes get taped pretty heavily.
I'm an over taper for sure. I do all the edges. It's just that's how I've always done it.
Are we playing KU again? My brother's sending me text from Texas going, Texas is crushing I think he said KU again. I'm like, yeah, we're number 4 in the country, baby.
Let's see.
Yeah, yard sales are by far my favorite.
Favorite place to source?
Especially community yard sales. You pull in there and there's, like last year I went to one that were like 55 yard sales in one neighborhood. Wow. I mean, you could just get out of your car and walk down the street until you had enough. You had to go back and put it in and drive down. And I mean, it was great. And we're these people that it's still dark and it opens at 8. At 7:15, we're sitting in front of their house because a lot of people open early. And I want to be the first one there, especially for the video game stuff.
Okay, so I guess my favorite, well, right now my favorite is Crazy Cowboys because
okay.
A lot of my stuff there has been just super, super quick flips. I love yard sales too. You just never know, though. We have a weird tape. We just have a weird community that sometimes people think their items are just worth, practically retail, and then other times they'll be like, so I also like the Goodwill bins because it's cheap. And then I have several little thrift stores.
Wait a minute. Dude, you're contradicting yourself. You said the other day you don't like the bins because of some reason.
Well, okay. We have a smelly guy at our bins. It's really,
Eric said church sales are the best.
You have to, I'm serious. I have to truly believe he's not self-aware. I mean, but I have several, and I tell everyone this, find your little local church thrift stores and talk to them, find out when their sales are, because I have ones that I go to all the time because the sales are so amazing that you can, if you just get on their schedule and know when their sales are going to happen, you can make a killing on the stuff that you get there. I have one that things go 25 cents and it's just crazy. Look, she was your eBay.
Eric's having me measure my tape now because he's like, I got a 3-inch tape gun. I'm like, how much am I? I already know. Mine's 2-inch.
That is like a huge tape dispenser thing. I only have one.
It's heavy, and I don't have to use the tape gun. And it's heavy, and I can sit here and pull what I want off of it, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't slide or anything. But Eric said church sales are really good, and I agree because
I agree
they give that stuff away.
And our church sales, a lot of times they'll start expensive but like the last hour of the last day, man, they are like fill a bag for $2, and I'm there.
Yeah, I love the Goodwill bins here. My problem is I don't leave without a car full. And that's where I end up with a huge death pile because I haven't been since July. But until I get this death pile, I can't. I want to go bad, but I just keep saying, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're just going to make it worse.
Yeah. Red Bear's Treasure, Matt said, you could probably just call it the Goodwill bin because it could all fit into one bin. We have the smallest.
Ours is huge. Ours is huge.
It's like a tiny little room. Oh, candy. I hate yard sales when you go and there's the sign, sells on eBay. Yeah. What about fees? What about like...
Alyssa said I baited you, and then Redbeard said I can vouch for that guy.
No, you don't.
We have one too.
Offensive person I've ever encountered, and you'd think eventually someone has to get a shower eventually. Every time.
Well, if you were a good person, you would take down some like body wash and hand it to him while you're in the bin.
I asked my mom, what is the most appropriate way to kindly hint, could we put stuff on his car or beside his car or whatever? So if she's afraid I'm going to get thrown out of the bins if I do something like that, someone will see me, they'll have video of me doing it. So, I mean...
Listen, is that real? They print the eye? I mean, I know some people know what they have and how much it's worth, but man, they print out the eBay sheet.
Wait, what is Raymond saying? If you ever travel through Tennessee, make sure to try Gimme a 5 on Saturday mornings. Wow. Smack him with a pillow. No, because then my pillow will smell bad and be greasy.
You ain't got any left.
Oh, I have the big ones, but I don't want to touch them with it.
That's funny.
God, that makes me sound like a horrible person, and you don't know. It really bothers me. But when you can't, I literally don't want to go to the bins because I have a gag reflex that's really
you're wearing a mask now.
I know, and I'm like, it's like yeah.
You said when the Mike says take some cologne, spray him without knowing. Walk by like this, squish, 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 squish.
But then it's just gonna smell like cologne and body odor. It's not gonna be an improvement.
Well, then put some like ammonia things under your nose when you're walking around in there.
But I go for books a lot of times first, and he comes right up on me, and I'm like, I just have to go to another bin. I'm like, I can't.
Estate sales are one of the worst places to go unless they're family run.
I hate estate sales, at least here in Florida. Terrible, like overpriced, ridiculous.
Oh, Redbeard said you can buy some of his cologne, but he should just be spraying the guy for you while you're there. He could be the blocker,
Like Lissa said, you baited me into saying about the smelly guy. Yes, he did, because he knows.
Well, because she said she liked going. I was like, wait a minute. Did you just say you didn't like going?
I didn't want to say it. I haven't gone for months because of the smelly guy, and he's there every time. And when you go, look at you with the money.
My daughter.
I see his car there, and his car is full to the ceiling, even the front passenger seat, of bags from the bins, Goodwill bags. I'm thinking, why do you keep buying stuff? So his house is just a hoarder house, and he sleeps in this much space in his bedroom because that's the only place cleared. You just know he doesn't have running water or something.
Everybody wants you to spray him with cologne. Some cheap Walmart.
I literally sound like an awful, evil person, but I promise you I am not, and I've tried everything. Ohio guy says, put a clothespin on your nose. Yes, I can't. Let me get my GoPro out so I can take a video of me with a clothespin on my nose.
Hey, Kittenville, welcome back, buddy. You must have had breakfast for dinner again. Yeah, my daughter comes and pays me the rent where she lives, and it comes out of my bank. So,
I don't know, Redbeard, why he's there every day, other than obviously he's unemployed. And at one point, I think it was about a year and a half ago, he was telling everyone that he was the top 10 seller of clothes on eBay, that eBay gave him an award. I'm like, maybe you're top rated, but I don't know. But he's just one of these know-it-alls, whatever. And I just don't think he has anyone in his life. So he goes there because that's the only thing he has to do. I don't know. And he will get 3 carts full of stuff. And then throughout the day, he'll slowly put almost everything away except for a small bag, but he like obsesses over getting everything he can. It's just a pain. It's a sad situation.
Yeah. I mean, and he may not know or may not, sometimes when you're lonely and depressed, you don't care. So,
and that's what I think. And, we feel terrible about it, and, I feel guilty even like talking about it, but I really have like tried to think of ways to help him. But I mean, there's no appropriate way to say.
There you go. He's got the answer.
Keep people away from where you're digging. Hey, there you go. That is one way, because we're all like, whoa. But there's this one guy who gets books and he don't care. You could tell he's holding his breath. But he's like grabbing books, holding his breath.
Yeah, I love going to the bins. A lot of people are afraid to go to them, and they say, "Oh, I don't want to go down there." And I'm like, "Oh man, I don't mind digging. Just wear some gloves." So it's not like you're going to get robbed or anything in there. They got security everywhere.
50-cent fleece and slept in a mountain nest of it, I'm sure. We also have another sweet little lady that you can tell at the bins that is a hoarder, and they're so nice. They're like, try to talk her out of buying things. They're like, you don't really need that, right? Because you bought a lot of hats. Do you need this hat? Are you going to wear this hat? I think I will, but where? Where are you going to wear this hat? They try to get us not to buy crap.
We had a lady, I used to go to Salvation Army when I was really stupid buying a lot of clothes. And there was a lady that would come there on Wednesdays because everything in the store is half off except furniture. And her car, I'm not kidding you, this lady's car, her front seat in the passenger side, her entire back seat, you could not see out the windows. All the way up to the back window was totally full. I don't know how the lady even got in her car. And I kept thinking, she's in there sourcing again. And this lady didn't sell anything. She was a true hoarder. She was buying it. And I don't know what her house looked like, but I felt so bad. But I took a picture and I sent it. I was like, oh my goodness. Because my girls think I hoard. And I'm like, yeah, this is a hoarder. That ain't me.
Yeah.
But, sell it. And that's why I tell my kids, I don't keep it, I sell it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I tell my girls. If something ever happens to me, you can sell everything.
But I don't want them selling it for cheap prices. Not that I'll be here to worry about it, but don't sell my Bose 901s for $5.
Don't sell it for cheap prices. Oh, do you guys ever watch that? What was that show? American Pickers?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. What is going on with those people who are hoarders of like old metal junk? And they're like, no, I can't sell that. I'm like, it's literally rotting in your yard and you won't sell that for $100? I don't get it.
Candy
barns full of stuff, and we're not selling any of that. Get rid of that crap.
Candy Flip, some people get a higher or rush buying stuff. I may or may not live with one.
I'm having people now saying, are you going to list more pillows? No, I'm not.
Well, I got to answer somebody when I get off here about if I'm going to put these shoes on sale.
Give them a deal. What are they listed for?
I have them for $41.99. They're actually on sale. And I paid $6 for them. So there's some money there, plus shipping.
What do you have them, like 10% off?
Let me look at it again. I better look at my listing. I think I have it on 10%. Yeah, I had them at 46. They're at 41.40 plus shipping. And they're asking me if they're going on sale. So I'm going to answer them. They are on sale. On sale now at 10% off. And what is your offer? And if reasonable, I will send you one. Thank you. How about that? Not being mean or anything. Yeah, there's a lot of people that go to the OKC bins that do, and the book people do Amazon, FBA.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of flea markets. There's a lot of people that send their stuff home to Central and South America, Mexico and stuff, Central America. And then there's some people.
We have a family.
There's a little bit of everything.
We have a family that sends their stuff to Haiti. Their family runs stores, I think. So they send shoes and backpacks and purses are what they send.
Hey, good night, Redbeard. Some of you people on the East Coast have to go to bed.
We'll see you, Matt. He is Central.
I know.
He's
near you.
Yes. Goodwill auctions?
I didn't know they had an auction.
Auctions?
Thanks, Raymond. Don't forget to send me your address on Instagram. I'll check it in a little bit, and I'll get that out to you tomorrow. And I can't wait. Raymond, I want a picture of it on your golf club so I can show it on my YouTube channel.
Spend $50 at the auctions and make a quick $400 over the weekend. Yeah, when people set up at these like flea markets that you set up, you could just do weekly or one time. Are you making a bunch of money doing that? Because I just don't see like the traffic
on weekends.
I don't know. I just didn't. I would think it's too expensive. And who wants to drag all their stuff to the flea market every single week?
Hey, if you guys want to see some big money, look at John Cincinnati Picker. Mm-hmm. He just sold some Nintendo games. And I didn't watch the video, but I saw him get them from a lady. And I can't remember how much he paid, a few hundred for everything. Some of those games went for over $700 a piece. Yes.
What?
So check I went to his eBay store, and it's look what I found, LWI found. And I looked at his solds, and I was just sitting there going, oh my goodness, look what he made off these NES games. My goodness. Some of them are $400, $500, $700 a piece.
He paid $300 for everything?
He paid, I forgot what he paid for all of it, but it was just a few hundred. And he got other stuff, but the video games he didn't show because he had them in a box. And I guess he looked at them later, and I hadn't caught up on his videos. I'm too busy. But I went to look at sold comps the other day. Yeah, $300 for everything. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh my goodness, what did he sell? And I saw it, and I was like, oh my goodness. Dang. All the more reason to be looking for those things.
Froggy video. A couple was running a barn sale, but everything was rare, and they were crazy on the price. Yeah, that happens a lot in my area. People they get this idea that, everything they own is like rare and super exclusive, and people want to pay like, high-end auction prices.
Yeah, I never get lucky enough to find the stuff new in the box. The only new sealed game that I have that's old is a Harry Potter Game Boy game. I got in a box of a bunch of Harry Potter stuff for $5, and I still haven't sold it. I've got it for like $47 or $48, but it's sealed in the box.
Ohio Big Guy, you said you used to live in Ohio. Where are you from now? Oh, they were new old stock. Oh.
But Nana, are there some good deals on there? I'd check it out if there's some good deals, but I would think they know what they've got.
Goodwill has auctions online and in person, 8:30 in the morning. Mine does not.
Hey, Hot Mess. Thanks for coming in. Oh, okay. You're talking about John's. Okay. Yeah. You got to pay about, what is it, $50 or $100 to get them graded, and if they come back, they're worth a ton more. I didn't know they were that mint. I just knew that he got some, and then I was just going through some people's solds the other day to see how good they were doing, and I saw them, and I was like, because I always look to buy stuff from some of those people that I watch. I like to buy from people I watch.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for something, and I'll buy it from you before I buy it from somebody out in the general public, and I was like, man. But Yeah. I mean, I found this summer, I guess the Sega Genesis stuff was the best video game finds, other than the ones I saw for big money, like 150 for disc only games. But the Sega Genesis games were a good find for $50.
Yeah.
Amy. Okay. Thanks, Amy. Good to know.
Oh, Kimbo said 25 years ago, we only had the Thrifty Nickel and flea market. I remember, I think they still have the Thrifty Nickel out there. You know, the magazine thing? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
I would suggest getting on Googling in your state, excuse me, highway and community yard sales. That's something we did a little bit of last year that we weren't familiar with. And a buddy of mine, Creeker, told me about it. And that's how we found the Duncan one. Duncan, Oklahoma in July is the biggest, supposedly the biggest yard sale in the country. They say the world. But I can tell you this, we left at 5 a.m. It's about 2 hours from us.
Yeah.
We didn't even scratch the surface that day.
Really?
I mean, there was a ton. And it's a town of probably, Halliburton's based there. It's probably 15, 20,000 people, but there was a ton of yard sales.
Wow. Jennifer, the P lady.
Oh, he's in Fort Worth, Cowtown.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Austin, so. That's
Hartville Flea Market. Oh, you did that 2 times a week? I guess our flea market's
in Alaska?
Here.
They have one in Alaska.
Our flea markets here are pretty run down. At least the ones that I've been to. I don't know. I just don't.
Thanks, Louie.
See, I'm not alone that we have everyone seems to have a smelly person they know about.
Yeah, I was on Louie's a little bit earlier. They were doing auctions they were listing and stuff. That's what they were doing.
Louie, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in, though.
There are so many lives when you pop them up this afternoon. There were about 4 lives going at the same time, and I was trying to pop in different ones to try to show everybody support. But Louis said, Bobby, I think he used to live in Austin. I'm like, I'm from Austin. That's where I grew up.
Look what Louis said. Go down 2 more. There's an
flea market in Davis. Wow. I used to sell in Davis. I didn't know there was a flea market there. But there's a ton of yard sales coming up in February up around Tonkawa, Kentonville, since you live up in that area, and some other places. So we're going to be hitting those. So now I'm really under pressure to get this death pile out of here.
There are 17 lives right now?
How many?
17.
Wow.
Wow.
I haven't checked. I knew Emily Conway was live earlier, but I don't know who's live now. It's definitely a crowded YouTube group. You know, Grand Prairie, Texas used to have one near Six Flags. They're Ohio Big Guy. So you might check that out if you haven't already. That's a big flea market.
I like to, I want to have flea markets like they have on Flea Market Flip in New York. I want to have ones like that. Those are amazing flea markets. Did you ever watch that show, Bobby?
Flea Market Flip? No.
Yeah. It was on HGTV.
Oh, you know what? I think there was one where they had a contest. They gave them so much money, and they had a certain amount of time. Is that it?
$5,000. I think they win. Whoever makes the most on the things they purchase and fix up.
Well, I guess I must have a lot of new or same people in here because I don't have any new subscribers.
Yeah. Lissa, normally Wednesday is like a slow night for live. So maybe she has the same idea. Like Wednesday, let's go on that day.
Oh, there was a bunch this afternoon. You had eBay Addicts, had Louie, Lone Star Picker. You had Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller live. There was a bunch of them going, and then
wow, like during the day.
I don't schedule. Yeah, about 4. I don't schedule mine. You know me. I just whenever I feel like it. Hey, I'm gonna go live unless me and you have one. Yeah, Canton actually has a highway deal, like once a month, and it's the Canton, Texas. I've never been to it, but it's famous. It's like a highway market type deal.
Huh, that's a really actually good idea. That makes a lot of sense. I always like to know when people are selling, different places, because I've never done flea markets. I've also never done like antique or like not, antique markets that I guess they're not necessarily antiques, but
yeah, I'm not real big on antiques. I don't know enough about them, and two,
me neither.
Most of the freight carriers don't they're against like UPS's freight's rules to ship antiques because you can't sell a dollar value and they're not going to pay. And anything used in LTL trucking, in the fine print of the rules tariff, it's 10 cents on the dollar if it's damaged. And so if it's worth $2,500, you're getting $25. So you got to be careful when you're shipping LTL, not just with UPS Freight, but other carriers. Yeah. A lot of those big flea markets have a lot of stuff from overseas. I'm looking for the used stuff. But most people that do that kind of stuff, they kind of know what they got. That's why I love yard sales and church sales so much, like Eric said, because that's where you find stuff that people don't always know what they have. And I haven't ventured into the storage units or anything yet either.
We had 10 yard sales last weekend.
Yeah, and we last year, one of the best ones the two of the best in the same day were in February of last year, and January of last year I got some really good stuff. And there's a actual estate sale coming up next weekend here in town just east of Oklahoma City, and it's got a lot of stuff in it, so we'll go check that out. So
we don't get yard sales, very few yard sales in like July and August because it's so hot here. So, but the rest of the year we have them.
Humid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you can't go outside, you're dying. It's so humid.
I know. We went to Orlando before we went to Maui a couple of years ago, and I was like, never again will I go to Orlando in July.
No, we stay inside in July and August.
Well, I grew up, Austin's very humid, but your blood changes. And then I lived in Arizona for 5 years, and it's hot in Arizona, but it's not as humid. I mean, they're still in August. They have a monsoon, so it does get humid, but not like the East Coast or the Southeast or the South, deep South. Yeah. Hey, if there's a yard sale, I don't care when it is, I'm going.
I prefer it to be cold than like really hot. So,
well, that kind of drives some of the competition out.
Not here. It seems like when it's cold, people like to go because it's not cold like people up north say cold.
Hey, Central Texas got 6 inches last weekend. We've had 19 inches of snow already this year and one major ice storm, and I'm sick of winter already.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, last year COVID kind of hurt it a little bit, but I mean, during the summer, we were just rocking and rolling with yard sales. And I'm one of these people that while a lot of people are working, I'm out Thursdays and Fridays. Those are the best days to get out because Saturday, everybody's out and I've already got all the good stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you can get out on Friday or if they have them on Thursday, get to them early.
Hey, MML.
Watch this later. Is that another video you put out, MML, or somebody else's?
And they closed the whole store down for 2 days just to do interviews?
Are they having a hard time keeping people? Most of the Goodwills have a hard time keeping employees because they just don't pay them very well.
Well, our bins went Monday through Friday only because they can't keep staff.
There you go.
I mean,
I've actually been to yard sales in the dark with a flashlight in the morning. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I actually have a video of one of them. Yeah, Thursday and Friday are the best days to go yard selling. Saturday, when we look at the apps and stuff, we're yes, we are MML. We're motivated by you.
Okay.
We will look, and if they don't start on Saturday, I don't go to them if I hadn't been to them by Saturday.
I'll be right back in 1 second. Amy needs me.
Amy. Close on hangers to do what, Mike? I missed that one. I like clothes on hangers. I want to see what I'm looking at. Oh, okay. All right. I'll check him out after this, Sarah, MML. Yeah. Yeah. Same with estate sales. You get the best deals on the last day towards the end of it. Sometimes you get all the stuff for free or close to free. Yep. Hey, there's nothing, I mean, whatever you got to do. Again, if I have an indication they have video games, I'm going to beat everybody there. But if I don't know why I got so many of them, I don't need to be buying a bunch more. I'm looking for the vintage stuff.
Okay, I'm back.
In the dark, picking torch.
I've done the flashlight thing at flea markets. That's crazy.
Oh. Why? Oh, well, I mean, how would you look at clothes if they're not on a hanger? I mean, at the bins you have to because you got to dig. But I wouldn't. I mean, my problem with thrift stores is they put so much on the rack that you can't move them to see what's each one's on it. There's no room. That's my biggest issue with that.
Some of the early sales. A floodlight? That works. They closed the Walmart. They closed the whole Walmart? Wow, they must have had a lot of cases, Tanya. Lisa, offering to help.
Lisa, are you on the porch again?
I'm looking at our estate sales for this weekend. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 estate sales. So that doesn't even include the yard sales already scheduled for this weekend.
I get up at 5 or 6 too, Candy. What's up with that, man? I got to go watch a little bit of Blacklist before I go to bed. I don't think I have, but maybe 1 to 2.
What season are you up to?
Huh?
What season?
I'm on season 3.
Oh, you got a ways.
I know. The only good thing about watching it on Netflix is there's no commercials.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm watching Criminal Minds, like in the background when I'm working.
I don't need another show.
No.
If somebody tells me, hey, go check this out, it's really good. I've got the whole series of Breaking Bad, and I've never seen it.
Oh, that's a good one. I
like Game of Thrones, Sopranos. I loved Sons of Anarchy, all that stuff.
Love Sons of Anarchy. Lisa, aren't you freezing?
She doesn't ever seem to be freezing out there. She said she wanted to snow and be on the porch.
Really?
He's probably reselling it. I've actually had a guy pair of band shoes for me in a thrift store right after I bought them, before I even left the store, and I sold them too cheap. Oh, well, I hope he gets better, Nana.
Honey, that's terrible.
I don't know if I won't mention names, but somebody close to me, their store manager's 35 years old and collapsed the other day in a grocery store, and he had a brain tumor, I guess, and one went to his heart, and I believe he's not going to make it. So it's really sad. He's got a 13-year-old daughter and a wife.
35 years old.
I don't want to give names because I don't want anybody to.
Yeah.
Nothing's out, but He's a store manager of a local grocery store, and it's really sad.
You just never know when your time is up. That's why.
One of the things I do with my family before I hang up my phone or in person, I always say I love you, because I do not want the last thing I said to be something that was mad or anything else. It's got to be, I want them to remember the last thing he said was, I love you.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez. That's really sad. It's pretty warm, like 36 right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I wear shorts when it's 30 below, so it doesn't matter. I love shorts. But I wouldn't want it to be all the time.
I pretty much wear shorts all year long, too.
Well, Man Mountain Link had a little snow in his video today and mentioned me in it.
Nice.
Well, he was being, Man Mountain Link.
Hey, a shout out is a shout out.
Yeah, I guess. Sometimes I like cringe when he's going to mention me, because I'm like, oh, what's he going to say? What's he going to say? 3 girls and he's 29. Wow.
What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? All right, we'll bite. What kind of?
We'll bite. Yes, to resell. I bought once a stack of movies from my neighbor for a quarter. Moved about a foot from the table and proceeded to sell it for $2. And I can see him doing it too. Hey, buddy, remember those movies I just bought from you for a quarter? I'm getting $2 a piece, 2 doors down or 2 tables down. Oh, that's funny, MML. That's why you got to keep making videos, dude. White van. And that goes with Blacklist, Jennifer, for sure, because I've been watching it. There's a lot of abductions and conspiracy stuff going on in that show. Man, that's my problem. I stay up till midnight, then I got to get up at like 6:15. I'm like, and then I go do this. That's why I take naps every day, folks. I'm old. Take about a 30-minute nap because I'm like, man, I got up early, went to bed late. Wait till y'all are my age.
You're a 52. You're not old.
I'm 39.
Oh, I'm sorry. 39.
Plus some. Uh-oh.
Hold on.
What did Amy do now?
Someone knocked on the door.
Oh. One down, one table down. I would have probably cut your tires, MML.
Oliver likes to let us know when people are here. Or just the fear of someone here. Ollie, come here.
The storage owner keeps the heat set to 55 where I work out of the girls say I make them cold. Hey, get you one of these. I got one of them little heaters that have the little flame like a fireplace next to me. And when it gets, this room stays cold. And when I get in here in the morning, I turn it on for a little bit. The only thing gets cold on me is my feet. So
same.
We're approaching 3 hours here. We're not like Mike, East Kentucky Picker, who does 9-hour videos. Yeah. So, folks, I'm going to end this. I appreciate everybody being here. Congratulations again to Raymond. We had a really good time. And subscribe to Angie and everybody else in the chat. I appreciate you. And Angie, next week it's your turn. We'll figure out what day you want to go, unless you already know.
We can do Wednesday. That's fine with me. MML.
Oh.
True.
All right.
Guys,
I hope you at least bought her lunch.
You didn't make that much money now. Come on.
Well, I mean, depends on how many you bought. I don't know how many you bought.
So list. Make some sales. Tell us all about it next week. We want to hear how things are going in your eBay world too. So we'll be here same time next week.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I've sold stuff that I wished I had. Levi 501 selvage jeans, band shoes, I've sold a lot of stuff I wished I had sold for more money, but I got to look at it this way. If I made a good profit off of it, like that, if you watch my video today, I lost $17 in shipping on a golf club because I didn't think about it when I listed it in the measurements. But I still made $37 off of it. I'm like, you got to look at it. You made $37 profit in a few days. So you got to just go on and move on. You can't dwell on, I could have made another $100. Sales are sales, profit's profit. I'll leave y'all with that. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day. And thanks, Angie.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.